Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Dim YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class. I'm adding a sound so nice. What go on here, sir? Mic check one. Audio check one. Peeps, you not hear me well? I don't know, something about my audio kind of sound off still. But it could be me. And thing. What may I do here? So, may I look for? Let me see if I can find this. Boom. See what that sound is. So. I'm here, top nice. Yeah, peeps. As me answer my audio, I love my audio, so but alright, if you not hear me, that's good. So we're there. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope you are okay. I'll be alone again tonight. Scotty is not available for streaming tonight. So you know I go. You know Sunday, we're not too come for live here. You understand what I say? But we have some things I want to talk about. You see me? So big up to the people. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and a blessed Sunday. And them something. You know, so I'm not really ugly. I'm not too bad looking, you know. I'm looking into it still. See, as I said, I don't know I'm to my face. I went to the dermatologist a few months ago. And my face was like, nice. You understand? And thing. And I don't know what I go on after. It's look like a thing set up for me to go back to a dermatologist. Yeah. I now go back around. See me? So, yeah. I go on, so I go on. You see me? So, peeps, we're there. So, I could get going. No, not too ugly at all. No, Rosie. Me no worse. You understand? Yeah, I'm here to say it true. You understand? David, pick up yourself and all of the people in the business, manners and respect. You see me? So, you know, we still are treated with COVID, but we're tired of COVID. You see him? I does the sort of thing there. We I know. But the monkeypox situation is up on us. The country announced its first case a few weeks ago, and today it was announced that a second case has been confirmed. So Jamaica confirms a second case of monkeypox. They still. Mic check one. So I don't know. Probably I just mean still. See? So a second case of the monkeypox virus has been confirmed in Jamaica. It comes a day after the World Health Organization declares the monkeypox outbreak a global health emergency. The highest alert that agency can issue. Now the the Health and Wellness Ministry in Jamaica, that is, says the latest Jamaican case is an imported one, involving a male who recently returned to the island from New York in the United States, Georgia. The patient is now in isolation and is in stable condition, the ministry said in a statement. I'm glad to hear that. The case is being investigated and contact tracing has started. Now, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton reported the confirmation of the first case of monkeypox on July 6th. That patient went to the public health system on July 5th, having arrived on the island 5 days earlier. The man set off panic on July 9 after fleeing isolation at the Maple Hospital in Clarendon, reportedly because he wanted to enjoy his vacation. In Jamaica. He was found and put back under isolation later that day. Zane, So first case, man, he went to the public health sector to get treatment for ailments. On the 5th of July, he was confirmed to be carrying monkeypox. On the 6th. On the 9th, he must have jumped through a window down a Maple Hospital. Somebody must have come pick him because me saying they tell them say he might go cut out, you understand, because he come to Jamaica to enjoy himself and him not come and pay for come to Jamaica and enjoy his vacation. So the G make a dash for it. So I don't know if who come for him did know say a monkeypox in there Maple Hospital with. You understand? But me I want them people that isolated. See? Say if the driver was isolated as well and things. So I don't know. But the man make a dash for it and cut left the hospital and then find him couple hours. Yo, them find him couple hours later. Though you just have to take bad things with Joe. The man who knows him have monkeypox and the man saying come to Jamaica for enjoying vacation and him go enjoying vacation. You understand? The man been tell the people for an idea say him go cut out like and he cut out. Yo, you can't me telling you so you can't write these things, you know. I saw one in the COVID time one brother did cut left one place, you know. You understand what I say? And things. So I don't know. So he would have had the potential to expose hundreds, if not thousands, of people if he was not caught very quickly that day and things. So the second case, the first case I think the first case I think that person came in from the UK. I think, if memory serves me correctly, it was during the time that I was sick, so I didn't really a pre-2 or go. You understand? The second case is somebody coming in from New York, Uncle Sam, you know the thing. So I don't know how long he was here for or has been here for and such, but he has been confirmed to be the second case. So we hope that his contact with citizens so far was minimal and that the contact tracing will find these people and treat with them to ensure that, you know, they are not infected and if such they are placed in isolation because boy. But I remember saying during the early stages of the COVID-19 outbreak that the COVID-19 thing is just a snapshot of what is to come, of what the future looks like with climatic conditions changing and viruses being able to survive in places where it was not viable for it to do so in the past because of cooler temperatures, you know, or warmer temperatures, so to speak, and vice versa. See, and with the whole globalization and people moving from one corner of the world to the next corner in a few hours, we will have more diseases and viruses, unfortunately, sweeping across the world. And I think from, you know, a layman's perspective that this is just the beginning of what to come, of what is to come. You understand? So yeah. But I could talk about the monkeypox a little bit before we move on. Monkeypox is usually a self-limited disease. Like, I'm not sure what that means. I say a self-limited disease. I know somebody bright in a comment going to tell me what that. But until you know that, I'm saying self-limited disease, like a disease will limit itself, then you understand? I'm saying I can't find it. Self-limited disease meaning a condition that resolves on its own and has no long-term harmful effect on a person's health, assuming they are not immunosuppressed. Examples include colds, flu, oral thrush, and winter vomiting bugs. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. All right. That not sound too bad still, but you understand? I have caught chicken pox before, and me didn't like it. You understand what I say? So the pox thing. Monkeypox is usually a self-limited disease with symptoms lasting from 2 to 4 weeks. Monkeypox is transmitted to humans through close contact with an infected person or animal, or with material contaminated with the virus. Monkeypox virus is transmitted from one person to another by close contact with lesions, which are the bumps on the person's skin who is infected, body fluids, respiratory droplets, so I guess through sneezing and stuff, and contaminated materials such as bedding. Monkeypox typically presents clinically with fever, rash, and swollen lymph nodes, and may lead to a range of medical complications. Now, I did not read it, but I saw an headline a few days ago, probably a week or so ago now, that says most of the cases of transmission for monkeypox, I think it was in the United States, I don't know if it was globally, I think it was in the United States, has been through sexual contact. You understand? Sexual intercourse, that has been the leading transmission vehicle for the virus so far. So, Jaja, like if I go on upstate, you understand? Cause I don't know. But as the Christians among us will happily tell you that these are the last days. Rosie says she see it too. Yeah, Rosie, I never really read it, but I see the headline say sexual intercourse is the main transfer method, vehicle, avenue for the virus thus far based on research or data, I suppose. You understand? So I'm sure the Christians among us will tell you that these are the last days as spoken of in the Bible. Shalom Gordon said sex among men actually. Okay. Oh, look like Mr. Gordon read the article as Mr. never read it, so I don't know. You understand? So, yeah. Jaja. What a world. Mostly same-sex people. Okay, so, okay. Alright, so Shalom and Rosie, look like them read the article. Well, I mean, know. Yes, Purple Royal, me did kind of something there. The last days. Yeah, Jamaica Porn Service, then me say the Christians among us, you know, sir, then me never say a missus, then me I tell you, you understand? I assure you that is what they have been saying, well, from a long time, even before COVID, so me don't know. You understand? So, my question, you see it? Good night, Empress Chanel, how are you? Lady Cookie, blessings. Okay, so, yeah, but you see the situation with men having sex with men now is that many of these men apparently are still also having sex with females. You understand? So then there's that. You see me? So, many even go down the road there night, and the road they kind of messy. Pun intended. You know, really they panic like. You understand? So we make we be careful here, sir. Cause we have been dealing with it enough. You understand what I say? I don't even know best to wear long sleeve in public. 170 watching, but 46 like. That's they stay Jeremy, no matter don't worry about it. They not grow good like. That's the problem. These men fluid. But I don't even know if fluid is word in a rosy. I would have find one next F word, but it may not fit for here. You understand what I say? But yeah. I know. But we have the past two and a half years has been really rough for many of us, financially, emotionally, psychologically. It is just a lot. You understand? And that's something you know. I mean, you know. Make be careful there, sir. Cause it there everywhere now apparently. You understand? So I'm like, yeah, so we live in our country now where so where they live in, I suppose it's in Canada now, it's in the United States, it's in Jamaica, it's in many countries. And most of you are watching from the States and Canada and the UK and you know what I mean? And in Jamaica. So all of them places they are treating with it now. So I don't know. I'm tired. Jaja. 4 illegal guns seized in 1 week in Westmoreland. 4 illegal firearms were seized in Westmoreland last week in a series of police operations. So last Sunday, the Westmoreland police also seized a revolver with 2.38 cartridges and 2 9mm rounds of ammunition during an operation in the district of Russia. A woman and a man identified as Carol Booth and Levy Blake were charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Now on Monday, a 9mm Browning pistol containing 8 rounds was seized in Ricketts River, Frome. Yeah. A man identified as Dino Congal was charged in relation to that seizure. 3 days later, a Taurus 9mm pistol and a shotgun were found on Barracks Road and Seaton Crescent. No arrest was made in connection with that seizure. There has been a 38% increase in the number of murders recorded in Westmoreland since the start of the year, with 77 murders recorded when compared to 56 for the corresponding period last year. There has been a 2% decline in the number of shootings, with 69 such cases recorded. So 4 more guns from out west. I mean, the police don't work. Hopefully they might try their best. You know what I mean? Because like the rest of Jamaica, Westmoreland people stress. You understand? And all the crime situations, see, many people are vexed. Alright, never mind. You understand? A long time I don't really draft in a rhyme. You see? No, I have sat in this chair and other chairs before this. You understand? And I have spoken at length, Zane, informally, because I've never done a formal study or a survey or collected any data in a formal manner in relation to the names of places and the names that we answer to as people. But I have, in an anecdotal manner, fashion, based on my observation, come to the conclusion that the names we answer to ultimately influences our psyche and become our alter egos. And the name of places somehow, some way, has the potential to influence the mindset and psyche of residents and citizens who reside in said places. We have spoken about the pens and the lanes. History is replete with examples of serious violence being perpetrated consistently in many of these pens and lanes. And we have seen where many men among us who go by certain monikers and aliases have either been involved in crimes or been the victims of very violent crimes. So I have said before, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. I know people take me on, like when I do any video, I know people are going to take me on, because I know just how things it. And as I said, I have never done a formal investigation or study in same. But common sense has pointed me in that direction to make said conclusion that the names that we answer to have a way of influencing our thoughts and our actions. 28-year-old devil charged in $1 million Clarendon robbery. A 28-year-old mechanic who allegedly posed as a cop in an alleged $1 million robbery in Shearers Heights in Clarendon earlier this month has been charged. Stephen Roden, otherwise called Devil, from Red Pond District in Fraser's Content, St. Catherine, has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, robbery with aggravation, and kidnapping. The incident happened on July 12th. About 1:30 p.m., Devil and another man posing as police officers reportedly held up and robbed the complainant of a Toyota Wish motor car valued at $1.3 million, a cellular phone and cash amounting to $37,000 and US $190. A police statement says. Now, Roden and his accomplice reportedly forced the man into a Toyota Prado motor vehicle and left with him against his will. So he was kidnapped, technically, basically. The complainant was reportedly subsequently thrown from the vehicle in the vicinity of Bodles in St. Catherine. Roden was later arrested and subsequently charged. So, so he has been charged with illegal possession of, kidnapping. Okay, I did say it, because I wonder. You understand what I say? I was wondering. So, yeah. Devil. Oh, Devil is an altar boy, man. Brother Devil, It's good to see you at church today. Brother Devil, you're leading praise and worship today. Brother Devil, tell you about them, you know. But then, listen. You understand? There was a major accident in St. Ann on the famous Landover main road. A main road that I know very, very, very well. A main road that becomes very slick and slippery the moment even look good dew fall upon it. You understand? And it's a nice stretch of road, so I suppose many drivers are unable to resist the urge to drive fast alongside the roadway, and many accidents and many lives have been lost along that stretch of road. Identities of 2 killed in major St. Ann crash released. So 2 persons killed in a mass casualty motor vehicle crash on the Landover main road in St. Ann on Sunday morning have been identified. They are Kermit Grant of Aboukir in the parish and Jennifer Palmer, 56, of Mount Edgecombe in Runaway Bay, also in St. Ann. Now, Grant was the driver of the Toyota Hiace public passenger bus, one of 2 vehicles involved in the crash. The other vehicle was a Toyota Coaster bus. Now, Palmer was traveling in the Hiace. More than 20 people have been hospitalized with a variety of injuries. Over 20 people have been hospitalized. And there are 2 fatalities. Whoa. Commanding officer for St. Ann Superintendent of Police, Dwight Powell, says the 30-seater coaster was traveling down a slope towards St. James when the incident happened around 8:30 a.m. about 500 meters from the intersection with the Salem main road. So the coaster bus driver may have just overtaken another vehicle when he lost control of the bus, slammed into the 15-seater Hiace, which plies the Brownstone to Oterius route, the policeman said. Powell says the road was wet. Boy. He says the coaster is owned by the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Now, families of victims were briefed at the St. Ann's Bay Regional Hospital where the injured were taken. The incident caused a massive pileup of traffic leading into Discovery Bay and Oterius. Many of the motorists were on their way from the Reggae Sumfest music festival that finished early on Sunday morning in Montego Bay, St. James. Now, in January, 3 people were killed in a crash near the site of Sunday's incident. So far this year, 22 motor vehicle collisions have been recorded in St. Ann, resulting in 27 deaths, Powell says. And in 2021, there were 17 collisions and 17 deaths. Zane, and all I know, so for the whole of 2021, there were 17 collisions and 17 deaths. Zane, and so far, there have been 22 collisions, which is 5 more than the entire 2021, and 17 deaths, and 27 deaths so far, which is 10 more than the entire 2021. I went January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Just over halfway point in the year. Blessings, Roger. You understand? So that stretch of road is what I mean, is really and truly notorious for these kind of things. And the road was wet. See, apparently the coaster driver, based on the crime chief for St. Ann, had overtaken another vehicle and he was going down a slope, so he lost. I don't know if hydroplaning was involved or what, but and that may tell us some more time. Many times people lose their lives on the road and it is not even their fault. You're going about your business, adhering to all the road codes and and being very defensive in your driving. A man come slam up in your vehicle and kill off other people and why may I tell you? What kind of rush the coaster driver in so? What kind of rush? I know, yeah, man. But my condolences to the family and friends of the 2 deceased and of the approximately 20 people who are still in hospital. I trust that the injuries are of such that they will recover fully in the shortest possible time. So hopefully we don't hear about any more fatalities coming out of this event, this crash. Ah, boy. The man them slow down, the man. Use some consideration on the road now. Use the roadways in a responsible manner now. You know how many families have lost their breadwinners and how many productive members of the society nails the thing free. Just close it and home back the stream, man. And productive member of society we have lost on our roads. How many Jamaicans are now suffering from disabilities as a result of road accidents? But I don't know. No. Appletons, them need more patrols. But most times, some of them are swinging out of patrols at high speeds, brother, and are slam up in your vehicle, same way. So, I don't even know. It's a bush crash. I know me can't spell boss. I would have hope I can't spell it. You understand? But give thanks. It's not really a bush crash. It's really a bus crash, like. Alright, so when I'm finished streaming, I will have to make the change. But yeah, man. Uno moko blessings. You see me? Cars them too fast because they are modifying them. That's a part of the problem. And not only that, too, some of these vehicles are coming with some very big engines, and very young and inexperienced drivers are now being able to purchase these vehicles. We not, some man work hard and buy them car. We not hold that against them. Zine. But if it's a bad machine, man, take your time, man. You understand, until you can handle the machine, and if you want to go exercise the machine, go down and do over, man. You understand what I say? And thing, the Mark X man them, I don't know. I know. But we are losing too many productive members of the society on our roads. And the numbers continue to rise significantly year on year. See? And it's like the man them now, like, everybody a big driver, you know. Everybody a bad driver. You understand? Every man are the greatest driver will ever live. You see me? So, every man is always in a rush to reach somewhere. Left early, man, so you have ample time for, you know what I mean? In case something happens, you still have some wiggle room. But no, sir. If you reach at the place 8:30 and we are left 8:25 and it's a half an hour driving. And J Brown, alright, so we keep saying that many people buy a license. Yeah, so me get that. Zane, and that is illegal, we understand that. But not because a man buy a license means he can't drive. Not because a man buy a license, I mean, not for the man them, if we go be honest about it. Enough man who buy a license can't drive long time. In just decide we got a route there. Whilst you have someone buy the license where it's not ready for the road. So when we say enough people who do the right thing and go through the right process and do all of the test them and all of them something there. Them guys will go to foolishness too. You see me? So there's 2 ways to it. So saying buying license is one. Like, I don't know if we have the data to say that how many people who have cause accidents are involved in accidents buy them license. Yeah, enough man who have bad driver I road just decide to go buy a license. So don't forget that either. So this buying license thing we normally go to. Sometimes it is kind of bigger than that if you get to me, I say. You understand? It is an issue, you know, and I'm not saying it for happen, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Sometimes them man there can drive. And sometimes the people them we do about 2 years out of driving lesson with the big old red help on the vehicle and then sitting there. And then grow on and look sitting them and then go do them driving test down a depot. And them still come on road come do foolishness, brother. You understand? So don't make we forget about that part of it. You understand? So rough. the man them need to slow down. You understand? So no buy the license to go on, but say, you understand, it thing rough out the road. People are dying. That is a fact. Drunk driving as well. It's a big thing that, and thing, choices, bad choices, judgments and stuff. You understand? Speeding is the main cause of accidents in the country. That is just the fact of the matter. You understand what I say? And thing, speeding. So, we need to cut the speed. You understand? And we need to understand that I know we're alone up on the road. You see me? And thing, peeps, I may have to step out for like a minute or so. I'm not even, not soon come back thing. So, I'm going to go and pray this till I come back. Give me a minute.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Alright guys, thanks for your patience. Hopefully I don't have to leave again. But I may have to for a short while. And thing. Yeah man. Yeah, so with the road thing, like me say, it is really and truly robbing the nation of many productive members. And sometimes, many times, a lot of the victims are not responsible for the accident. You understand? It is people who are impatient, who are inconsiderate, who are road dogs, who normally go kill off people on the road. See, it's the coaster driver based on the police officer in this instance who is wrong, and 20 people are in the hospital, 2 people are dead. I don't know. What is the government doing to protect the people from these race car drivers? I mean, the road traffic act is there. Like, as in, what is government to do, really? You understand? For the people who go through the system the right way, get their provisional driver's license, do their lessons, go to the examination depot, do their written test now and then, and the road test, and pass and get their license. You understand? What is the government really to do? Like so if you have suggestions, I am willing to hear. You see me? So the Road Traffic Act is there, the road code book is there for you to like read the book. You understand? And try as best as possible to execute the recommendations and suggestions in the book. And if you know you can't manage the road, nobody will be driving. You understand what I'm saying? No, like me now, like I don't love a driving thing, but we have to do it. You understand? Me, so I have a vehicle, but me still call my driver. You understand what I mean? Because sometimes I just can't bother with the road thing. You see me? So some people just, different car. Oh, car is here. I have to drive car. You know, like one nice girl call, oh, nice girl boat here. I have to circle her, you know. Car there? I will answer, man have to drive it. So, I know. When we're tired sometimes, we push it because we have to move from point A to point B. We don't think, say, having a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour sleep, rest up, we push it. You understand? We go party, go drink, and decide so we go drive. Like it's a multiple different things. The red plate drivers and the taxi drivers in general, many of them are a massive problem on the road as well. So it is a myriad of things. So I am not sure exactly what would the government do now. But I'm as I say, I asked a question, a genuine question. What suggestions or recommendations would you make? I know that there are 2 amendments that is being made to the Road Traffic Act now that is aiming to treat with, let me see if I can find that article, as me say it. So since as we are talking about this, that is aimed at trying to reduce the carnage on the road. So yes, they are trying to do other things, but when we say government should do, what are the drivers going to do? What the people who are causing these accidents, what them plan to do? Keep on killing off people, family members? So I don't know. Yes, Scotty, she's okay, but she's not available. You see me? So the Great Reset. Johnson Smith argues that the new road traffic regulations will help reduce road carnage. So since I don't know why I never script this since I did upon that. So leader of government business in the Senate, Kamina Johnson Smith, says the new road traffic regulations represent a reset in how the country treats disorder on the nation's streets. She was opening the debate on the legislation which is aimed at revamping the country's traffic laws. So the minister says this will go a long way in reducing the carnage which has plagued the country. The Great Reset. Senator Johnson says the country has long since suffered due to the indiscipline on the nation's roads. So the road traffic regulations are companion legislation to the Amendment Road Traffic Act, which was passed as far back as 2018. The 2 are meant to bring laws and fines governing Jamaica's roads up to date. So the leader of government business said the country has been plagued over the years with horrific crashes, which has claimed many innocent lives. There are over 200 regulations as part of the new laws. This includes requiring a motorbike always be sold alongside a helmet. It will also make issuing and collecting payments for traffic tickets easier through an electronic system. No, Senator Johnson Smith also highlighted that it will improve the safety of roads close to the nation's schools. And the regulations are expected to be passed at next week's sitting of the Senate. I have not seen the suggested change and amendments and additions and subtractions, so I don't know. Suspended license. They suspend license. You understand? If you remember a case the other day where the lady led the cops on a chase around one part, her license was suspended and a portion of points deducted from it and stuff. So that happens, you know. I don't know regular it does, but I think also saw where drivers with outstanding tickets will not be able to renew their driver's license, I think, if these tickets are not cleared up and some more or something. So things. Alright, one of the issues that we have in Jamaica is what we call it, you know. It's not so some of the laws are, you know, some of the laws are foolishness. Zine, but some of the laws, enforcement, that is the word I'm looking for. Enforcement is an issue in some regards. You understand? Some of the laws are antiquated and outdated and needs revamping and update, but we also have an enforcement issue. You see me? And thing, new to the channel, I have noticed the devil has taken over dancehall. Top artists bad-minding each other and wearing the black and white Illuminati colors on their clothes. I don't know about the bad-minding part and the Illuminati thing, but I know say the lyrics these days, man, I tell us, say, oh, I'm family, I hope man, and I hope them thing there and guard up and yeah, brother. Things that way, but we'll talk about dancehall some other time, you know, get some people upset. Yo, boy, I tell you, but the road thing is really and truly rough. When habitual offenders are caught, revoke license. Yes, agree. Heavy jail sentence make it harder to get your license. True, fair enough. Rich and poor at risk for death. Revoke license for years, like in America. No disagreement with you, Lady Avia. Well, I'm assuming that Avia is a lady. You understand? I hope I am correct. You see me? So yeah, I know. But man, them slow down, yeah, sir. Ladies, slow down. You understand? The man them will buy the big engine vehicles them and now know about driving experience. And now tell you what kind of vehicle you buy. But if you decide to buy a vehicle where you work hard to buy, understand that you have responsibilities on the road, not only to yourself but to other road users. You understand? So treat with all of that in mind. Like, I don't even know. Although sometimes some look a vehicle comes up in your car, and it's not even like set. Always some big engine vehicle. In the day, you are prosecuted for parking in no parking area. When night come down, you can park anywhere. Yeah, I guess because in the day, the road full of people, brother, and business are going and them something, and in the night, people got in their yard. So, I don't know if that is really and truly should be an issue. Like, you shouldn't be able to park anywhere. That I want, me get that, but say, some areas where you can't park in a day, then you'll be able to park in the night because there's not as much traffic and vehicular presence, so I don't know. But alright, like, we can't fight every battles. You see me? Rules are rules. Yes, rules are rules, we get that. Zine, but then there are conditions sometimes that and circumstances that will make some rules a little bit flexible because the truth is that downtown Kingston in the day is not downtown Kingston in the night. Halfway through in the day is not halfway through in the night. Good night, Miss Bernadine. How are you? You understand what I say? New Kingston in the day is not New Kingston in the night. So some things that cannot occur in New Kingston in the day, I don't know that it will be the same in the night. Come on, more be at night. Okay, fine. Me get what you say. But as I say, sometimes the thing can be cast in stones. Like there's some flexibility. So I don't know. the parking is to mainly deal with obstruction of traffic mainly, right? And traffic is far greater in the day. So I don't know. Okay, I'm a lady and new to the channel. Your conversation is informative and constructive. Blessings, Lady Avia. I really appreciate the support, and I trust that you will become a permanent member of the family. Big vehicle them and 9 more time I have. Some of them can't even reverse properly in the parking spaces. Take all 5 minutes to park. Yeah, some vehicle now take all 2 parking spaces in the brother. You understand? Sometimes you have to want to try like park all the little car now and van back like. Well, I'm just kidding, but I'm just saying. So I understand what Shana saying, and rules are rules, and I'm a stickler for that. And thing. But I don't think that in some areas and in some circumstances in the day will translate over into the night situation based on traffic in terms of the amount of vehicles and people treating with those areas and spaces. So, I don't know. Yo, behavior just a shit. Swizzle 876. Sir, is what kind of behavior that, sir? Avia says she just new over here, sir. Me I don't want you to leave Avia alone. At least until next month or about 2 months time, sister. You understand? Welcome Avia, man, and yo, Jaja. Another thing that hinders traffic violations in developed countries is traffic cameras. Yes, which is true. 1989. That one of the things we need for treat with improving our CCTV infrastructure and thing. And as I say, enforcement is a thing that I know Susan, man, you know what I think, you understand? Enforcement is a thing that we need for treat with, and technology is something that we need to continue to invest in. Cause boy, it's rough. But I understand the concerns, and as I said, Sean, I understand what you're saying now. But some of these things, like if you sit down and think about it, some places, the reason why you have a no parking zone in the day is just because of the volume of vehicular traffic, vehicular traffic, yeah, and pedestrian traffic as well. And conversely to that in the nights, then the same level of vehicular and pedestrian traffic is not the same. So it may be a little bit more flexible. Zine, so I don't know. I'm just, trying to add some balance to the discussion. So probably may I look on it from the wrong perspective. So maybe, I don't know. You see? And things. So I could treat with, and tonight is, I have a soap for sell the girls. I have a soap I sell. You understand? I talk to you about the soap down, so it named the Needle Eye Vagina soap, like. You understand? I introduce some lady. so ladies, was separated apart from. No, I'm gonna get it clear. I don't sell no soap. I saw the article and this and feel like I want to share it. But don't so. But tonight is, and Sunday night is not. Friday nights tend to be heavy and a lot of murder throughout the week and stuff. Sunday nights tend to be a little bit more relaxed and thing. So we are treated with some stuff where affect the country. So we talk about Monkeypox already. We talk about devil with the name business. We talk about the road situation and then something there. Yeah, me see soap. You see one now in name the Needle Eye Vagina soap like, and them want say it good like. So me don't know still. I don't know anybody will use the soap. You understand? I don't know anybody will plan to use the soap, but say them must sell it like. So me I talk to one about it because say me have to inform my viewers. We have the savior in Toronto, though, parking during turn hours to help traffic flow. Even courier vehicles are ticketed if they are parked during the restricted hours, yeah. No, me not promote this soap, me not Empress Joan. Me just see the article and I say, you know what I mean? Me need know someone soap like that. They both like, you understand? And this, they understand? Teach look like a bleach here. Me, sir? Me? This a boy, yeah? You see my hand? Hold on, make the camera not even focus. You understand? You see the complexion of my hand and my face? You didn't realize that my face black and my hand is very brown because sun burn up my face. No, sir. You realize that until my eyebrow, me not share, me not even have a piercing or a tattoo on my body, sir. I don't smoke, I don't gamble, I don't go bar or drink, sir. You understand? No, sir, I do not bleach. You understand? As a matter of fact, I go and talk about the bleach. We come for dash up. Well, there you go. We dash a fire upon the bleach and them. We tell them not to do it and them go do it again. You understand? Me don't know, probably all light a lick me and thing. And me don't tell them say, One night time, I said to me, leave on camera like, me the guy one dermatologist come and say, my face look nice. And my face nice, and thing, and I go on, and then boom, my face is nice again. I'm gonna really go back around there, you see me? So, me I go and just make you take care of yourself. No, sir, no. You know, dash fire upon the bleacher them, man. You don't do it, sir. You understand? So, and the Wolfman interview, man, I said, cause the light was very harsh that day. You understand what I say? Very, very harsh. And even with how you call it again? ND filters on the lens, it was very harsh. And yes, because of the light, I know my complexion kind of set away like, I get one look of complexion. I don't really know about it still. And the sun hit me like, my name's a teacher, a bleacher. I know this a teacher still, it's another word, yeah, but alright. But don't know the foolishness, because some serious things are going on in our country and that to come to talk about, and it's you know, law, man. Don't, sir, I do not do that. You understand what I say? None of that. As I said, no piercing, no tattoo, no eyebrow shaving, no smoking, no nothing. We just sleep it natural. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. And we alright. We don't lack of nothing. You understand what I say? We don't lack of nothing. Lisa 6, pick up yourself, Empress. I say a word. Yeah, man, we just keep the thing natural and real, man, and antique. You see me? Yeah, man. No artificial, nothing at all. Take serious things, that joke. No, pan a serious note and no piece. A story I kind of threw me out on a little level. There was a protest in the UK today for that. Oh, somebody asked me about update. I really have no information other than which I shared on Friday night that both police officers are to appear in front of Indicom on the 3rd of August to be interviewed and stuff. Both of them have retained lawyer. I think Christopher Townsend is representing the male officer. I think his name is Noel Maitland. And the female officer has been represented by Oswest Senior Smith. And such, I know there was a demonstration, another demonstration, I think, today in lieu of the missing young lady. I know a lot of noise was made over the weekend again with somebody saying some stuff. I don't know. See, I have not seen anything in regards to that in conventional mainstream media. You understand? And I try as best as possible to stay away from, accusations and aspersions and try to stick with the information that is accurate as best as I can. If I don't know, I just don't know. I don't create, I don't make, and that don't work for many people because many of us want to hear what we want to hear, but I cannot tell you what I don't know. You understand? So as far as I know, there was another demonstration today somewhere about the place. So we know she's still missing, and to say that, I don't know if the other lady that I spoke about on Friday night who was missing, Yolanda Beckford, I think her name is, 32, if she has been found as yet. We haven't heard anything like, so she's missing as well, but we haven't heard social media telling people that she's missing. She's another Jamaican lady who is missing. So me kind of, I know, but yeah, but that is as what I knew on Friday night is the same thing I know now, as I just told you, and I know the young lady is still missing. I know that a body was found. Alright, they said a body was found somewhere. I don't know that body was even found that day. It was said that it was that day, and immediately people started saying it was the young lady's body and stuff, and as I said, there's a lot of noise, and as I told you, when news broke that the young lady went missing, I was sick, and subsequent after that, I remained sick, and then I was treating with a tooth situation, and by the time I was feeling well enough to start treating with videos again, the space was just so loud and crowded, and he say, she say, and we say, and them say, and who say, and there was nothing new that I would be able to add to the conversation. I knew nothing different from what was being shared or being said. So I just decided, not to do any video. Some people might look on that and say, but then what I now come tell you says that lady or that man or I don't know. You understand? So I just decided to who was treating with it already, make them continue to treat with it. I'll watch and hope for the best. And as I said on Friday night, I can just imagine the anguish that the family is going through, and the fact that, you know, with each passing day, the possibility of finding her alive becomes less and less. That is just the reality of these type of situations, Zane, and even so, you know, as far as the family and the public is concerned, the pace or lack thereof from the JCF in treating with certain things, you know, is that again, and then there's no closure and things. So this cannot be good. And then every day you hear a new story, a new development on social media and from vloggers. I don't know where they are getting the information from, so I don't know. See, so I cannot verify. See, I said a lot of noise was being made over the weekend, as apparently some person was interviewed or somebody interviewed somebody, and they said some things, and so I really don't know. But I said I haven't seen anything in the conventional space. I haven't spoken to any of her family members, because I said I wasn't even treating with the thing for a while because I wasn't well. See, so when I became a little bit better, it was way down the road already, and all over the place, and everybody was an investigator and a police officer and a judge and a juror and a lawyer and a prosecutor and executioner and them something. So I am hoping still that the young lady, against all odds, is still alive, and as such, you know, against all hopes, she will be returned to her family. And if unfortunately that is not the case, and it is discovered that she is dead, all the people who are involved, they are made to pay for same. You understand? That said, again, let me just go over the Twitter page, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and let me see. Right, so again, a 32-year-old Yolanda Beckford, a Jamaican citizen, a Jamaican woman, has been reported missing. So the information is that she's of dark complexion, medium build, and is about 172 centimeters or 5 feet 8 inches tall. She was last seen in Montego Bay wearing a black knicker shorts and a multicolored shirt and a pair of slippers. Zine and thing. Again, hopefully this camera can pick her up clearly. Right, this is the young lady, 32-year-old Yolanda Beckford. On the JCF Twitter page, they have not said that she has been found, so she's still missing. And, you know, it is very unfortunate that this lady's disappearance is not getting any form of traction as well, because we are so immersed and engrossed by the unfortunate situation surrounding Donna Lee. And yes, we need to find Donna Lee, but we also need to find Yolanda. You understand what I say? And I know. I think we are so immersed in the thing that whilst the news was circulating on Friday that a body was found, you know, many people were saying they were wishing, hoping it wasn't Donna Lee. And my head kind of bigger, so me kind of look on it a little bit different. Yeah? Yes, we hope that is the case, but a body was found. That body more than likely belonged to another Jamaican citizen. So it's okay for us to find another Jamaican citizen's body, but not Donna Lee's body. And me I say, in wanting the young lady to return home alive, we can't forget, say, another life is a life. You understand? And I will talk now, and some people will get offended, but it's just the truth. You see me? It is just the truth. Another lady was reported missing from Friday. I mean, I don't see it nowhere. I don't hear it nowhere else. Like, I don't think that is fair to Yolanda Beckford's family and friends either. It's just not. You understand? But I'm say some people will get offended now. But you know, normally when me talk, I don't really care about he, she, or the old lady. That is what I got, my friend, and I am telling you what I got. Zane, the reactions that I saw was, we hope and pray it is not the young lady. So fine, we hope and pray it's not the young lady, but nobody stopped to say like, okay, this is another Jamaican. It's another body. The body is more than 99.9% of Jamaican. Like, so, I don't know. So whilst we are searching for Donnelly, we have to understand that, you know, life in Jamaica still goes on. And as harsh as that sounds, and others are missing, and if a body is found and it is not of Donnelly, yes, we're glad because it means that she may still be alive. But it's another body, and we treat with it like it's another body, it's another Jamaican. So, I don't know. These things are very delicate, and people get very touchy and emotional about these things. But we have to say, well, I choose to say these things because, as me don't tell us, me not really be business with people like that. You understand? Because sometimes some people among us will say what the crowd want to hear. I am willing to say the things that the crowd don't want to hear, but it's the things that need to be said. It's just the truth. You understand? So, I don't know. See, and we also need to be mindful of this. So let me say this like, while I'm still on this. Many of us who are on social media don't really care about anything other than making a name, getting some fame, and making some money. So don't for a minute get too caught up in the notion that some of these people who are fighting this Donnelly situation or Jasmine Dean before really and truly care. They're just using the opportunity to build their thing. So don't forget that either. You understand? Don't get carried away and caught up because we are in an emotional state. Many of these people don't really care. You understand? Many of them don't care. They really don't care. All they care about is, okay, this is another hot story and me gonna ride it. Zine, under the pretense that me care. We don't care. Many of us don't care. That is just the truth. So don't get caught up and carried away and, oh, like, look here. We are so easily tricked these days. Many people with these stories, they really don't have a genuine care for the complainants, the victims, nobody. They just want to use the situation to elevate themselves. That is it. And you know what? Me not really offend no more people today. Me I continue. But it's just the truth. Sometimes it has to be said. You understand? And there's some other things that I want to treat with about these missing cases. Zine, that I have observed again, but I'll reserve that for another time. Because as I said, you know, in respect to Donnelly's family and friends, Zine, but there are some other issues around missing people and people being murdered and how we react to some things versus some things that rub me the wrong way. Zine? And out of respect for the grieving family, I'll leave that where it's at now. But I promise you I'll address it in the future. I observe a lot of things, Zane. And as I said, many people think I talk, I don't. I am not even a talker. I work. No, and when I teach me and that vibe, like in a real life, I mean, I engage them, I interact with them and things. But I'm more of a thinker than a talker. And being a geographer, one of the skills you develop over the years is a skill of observation, because that is one of the way you collect data as a geographer as well. And I have observed that we treat with some things differently depending on demographics and other things. But I'll get to that. Out of respect for Miss Donaldson's family, I'll treat with that in the future. Me don't really appreciate certain things. You understand? Yeah, man. But as me say, don't for a minute get caught up in the fact that some of these social media personalities are really and truly caring of the situation, care about the situation, except the fact that they are going to ride it to elevate themselves. So don't get caught up in that. I promise you. Alright. No, to a very sad situation. Another very sad situation. Because there are so many sad situations in this country, you see? Man who molested 7 St. Mary minors is guilty. Sheridan Shepherd, to know his faith on Wednesday for buggery, grievous sexual assault, and indecent assault. The word guilty made one mother relive the horrible moment when she learned that her 2 sons were molested. She held her belly and shook her head and, well, let me do that again. She held her belly and shook her head as an inexplicable anger rushed through her body in the St. Mary Parish Court last Wednesday when Sheridan Shepherd, the man who was charged with buggering 7 minors, including her 7 and 13-year-old sons, pleaded guilty to the charges laid against him. Shepherd was charged with 6 counts of buggery, 5 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of grievous sexual assault. On June 17, 2021, he stood in court and admitted guilt to all the charges and is to be sentenced on Wednesday. The mother told the Jamaica Observer that she had waited for this moment for over a year. But when the moment finally came, it was just too much to handle. It is good that this case also has moved through the justice system at this pace, because sometimes these things take years. The incident, well, he was charged in 2021, in June of 2021, and he is to be sentenced next week. So, I mean, we give thanks to that, at the pace at which it went through the system. Jaja. When we went to court, it was the last case that was called up. When the clerk of the court was reading out the charges, he pleaded guilty to every charge. All of them. The court turned upside down. When he pleaded guilty, it just brought me back to the night when we find out about the whole situation. Google 5th, Jaja. After all of that, we got emotional. 3 parents were there and we just break down. If it was up to me alone, he would have to stay in prison for the rest of his life, she continued in a cheerless tone. According to reports, a young girl in the same community as the woman and their sons made a report to her grandmother about Shepherd in June of last year, which was followed by similar reports from the 6 other children. Immediately after, Shepherd was held and severely beaten by irate residents before the police intervened. When reporters from the Observer spoke to the 13-year-old boy last year, not sure why the Observer felt that they needed to speak to the 13-year-old boy last year either, but then that is a next story for your next time. And also, let me check something up here, so cause okay, they didn't mention the mother name. Right. I don't know why Observer felt like they need to speak to the child last year either, and who sanctioned that. Zin? But Jaja. So when the Sunday Observer spoke to the 13-year-old boy last year, July, he shared that he was having therapy sessions and expressed his dislike for them. However, he was very optimistic. God is working, he said. This year, after I need some water. This year, after hearing that his abuser pleaded guilty, he smiled. His father, who was wounded at the time, said he considered Shepherd a good friend, whom he also said is a youth, will be look out for, any little thing me give him, Jaja. But following Shepherd's guilty plea, he said, yes man, him know say him guilty, so him have to plead guilty. And that him forget. The picnic them not tell no lie upon him. The man said his younger son was the one who detailed to him what had happened. Him tell me exactly what happened. Me and him kinda closer. he told reporters. The mother, however, who was at court, said though it was a good moment, it induced a flood of emotions between herself and some parents of the other abused children. When they called the first child's name, it hit me, but I was listening out to hear my children's name. So when I heard my children's name being called, I can't even tell you the feeling I had. I hold my belly. I had to hold my belly and shake my head. It just brought back all dark feelings inside of me. I just feel hungry. Well, I just felt angry. When she went home and told her older son, he did not have many words, as is customary. I told my big son and he just smiled. He is not really talkative, just like his dad, so he just smiled. I don't really talk about him, Shepherd, around them like that, because I want to get it out of their mind. Only if I go to court or something occur, I find it fit to say to them, she added. Now the woman looks forward to Shepherd's sentencing this week, following the ultimate relief. They told us that if we don't wish to be there when he is getting the sentence, then we don't have to. But if we want, we can come. I want to be there. I was there from the beginning, and this is the end of it. So I want to be there. In pleading guilty, that is not justice served for me. When I hear the sentence, I will say justice has been served, she said. Now going to court time and time again, she said, was exhausting but necessary. Believe me, sometimes me get up and say to my sister, me no really want to go. Me tired to see this boy. I am just tired to see him. The last court date, the way how I was physically tired, I had to stretch out on one of the court benches. And I said to myself, look how this boy met me the courthouse and lay down on a bench, she recalled. And such, the article continues, but it's... 7 children. 7 children. He was held and beaten by residents, but he was rescued by the police at the time, I think. And such. Pleading guilty normally result in a 30% discount on sentencing, subject to the discretion of the judge. So we'll see what happens. Whoa. Can you imagine? Can you imagine learning that your children was buggered by somebody who you have helped? Ah, boy. Rough world. Yeah, Sean, I agree with you wholeheartedly, you know. You understand? So let's see what this judge is made out of, and let's see what happens on Wednesday. So I'll give you an update on this as to the sentencing on Friday night next and stuff. I mean, there are some people living amongst us, you see, that are parents. Please try to keep your kids as close to you as possible. You understand? And sometimes how close is close, but because sometimes it's people really close to us who do these things, you know. You understand? People we have learned to trust. Family members, family friends. You understand? These children will be scarred for the rest of their lives. Both males and females. 7 children. And chances are, if the young lady did not tell her grandmother, maybe that 7 would become 17 shortly after. So sometimes it is the people very close to us that do these things, you know. Many times. Many times. 7 kids. It would be treated different if it was girls. Not sure exactly what I mean, Lady Chanel. And thing. Girls are involved, you know. It's not just 7 boys, it's not 7 boys, you know. I'm not sure the breakdown of the numbers. I remember the case, I don't remember. I mean, somebody who is in the stream will probably remember and tell us. But I know, yeah, man. Boy. Parents, we need to be careful and trust no one. When I say trust no one, I mean trust no one. Yeah, man, they will have to receive counseling and therapy for a long time. The court system in Jamaica is as bad as the evil demon walking. Jamaican failing us. Life of Diana Fierce. Dina. Hey, Lady Dina, how are you? How you say the justice system, bad now with mommy? Where did this happen? St. Mary. Them should have known St. Mary come from. Them should have known St. Mary have some demons. I don't know, like everywhere else. I mean, Purple Royal, trust no one. Many kids are molested by their parents, their siblings, their aunts, their uncles, their grandfathers, their stepfathers. I don't know, yeah, man. Wow. No, Lady Chanel, it's a mixture. I don't know the breakdown of gender, right? But I know it was a mixture. I'll have to, so hopefully on Friday I'll be able to give you that information because I really don't know off the top of my head at the moment. Lady McDermott, good night, teach. I am in, but out very soon. Okay, Lady McMahon, get some rest. And you know, I appreciate the support. Mr. Matt, big up yourself, you know, run a back there, listen, because I know you're listening, you know. You understand? It's good to see you, Miss McDermott, and thanks so much for the support and contribution. Lady Natasha, Lady Natasha, you did that your Friday night when me I tell us I don't know Japan, Jamaica, because Jamaica feel heavy. Like, I have never felt the country feeling this heavy before. It is like I was saying, it was palpable. You can feel it, you can sense it. It is just crazy. So I don't remember seeing Lady Natasha in the chat Friday night, but I was saying the same thing, Empress. Like, man. Manchester man confessed to murdering woman. He has been charged. Now, a construction worker who allegedly confessed to murdering 45-year-old Paula Sanders, whose body was found in Greenvale, Manchester, with hands and feet bound, has been charged. He is Robin Morris, otherwise called Zaza, a 63-year-old from Greenvale. The woman was a resident of the community. Now, Sanders' body was found on July 12th, and Morris held 3 days later. He reportedly confessed and was formally interviewed in the presence of his attorney on Friday, the police say. His court date is being finalized. Now, detectives who processed the crime scene revealed that the body was found was covered with logs. I said, I guess there's a typo in this. So the body, when it was found, was covered with logs. So her hands and feet were bound, and she was covered with locks. And then feet. I mean, they have to about feet. Then, I didn't go to school. I go farm fool. Could it be that Morris had a relationship with the younger lady? I don't know. Father Finar, that's always a possibility. So we'll see. That was not mentioned in same article. So, and I said I wasn't even tracking this. Because when this broke as well, I was sick. Like, so many things missed me during that period of time that I wanted to address. No, I wasn't here on Friday. Okay, Lady Clark. Yeah, man, I spoke about it at length. So the place just feel heavy, Empress. Like, really heavy. Like, it is the scamming I want pouring out over the country. So it to burn him out. I'm wondering if the logs were to be lit. If you need plan for light them, to burn the body, I don't know. It's strange that you would put the body on the logs, like, you know what I mean, and things. So super sick. Edwards, my friend, how are you? Some weight saying keep it up. Blessings. You Chenna. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. No, as latches scamming and the drug running thing continues in the country and the spin-off from that, the police continue to try, I suppose, to put a dent in these things. It would appear that it's a losing battle so far. Because the thing is so widespread and so rampant, like it's crazy. It is crazy. At least I had planned to do an individual video about this on Friday, but then it never materialized, and then by Saturday I said, nah, at least 7 people arrested following operation in Caribbean Estates in Portmore. And again, Caribbean Estate is a very, very affluent residential area, and if you follow the MO of these criminals, these, you know, them when I normally say a poverty cause crime. I mean, I don't say that poverty don't cause people to go out and do things, you know, but are we seeing a paradigm shift in the crime situation where many of the criminals these days are being held in these very upscale, affluent neighborhoods, you know. 7 persons are in custody following an operation by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force in the Caribbean Estate community in Portmore, St. Catherine. 2 of those arrested are women. Surprise, surprise. It is understood the major operation was launched in relation to the lottery scamming offenses. Now, law enforcement sources told reporters that a number of electronic devices were seized in the pre-dawn operation. A motor car was also seized. It is understood that the individuals attempted to destroy material as the members of the task force were closing in on the premises. No, it was reported that the lawmen were able to gather significant amounts of critical evidence, and the raid was the second high-profile operation launched by law enforcement last week, and it followed the operation on Wednesday, the cross-parish operation on Wednesday by the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA, assisted by several local and international law enforcement agencies, where at least 4 individuals described as major players in the narcotics trade were taken into custody following the operation. So, it's not uneducated criminal. They're both again, not because they're thugs. Them have sense. Jamaica too, food for them hungry. They were even trying to flush lead sheets. Yeah, and burn some of them apparently. And thing. Big up yourself, teach love your program. Blessings in the Father O'Malley. Give thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Now, the narco dragnet. So, one of 2 accused in alleged transnational drug ring to contest extradition. 50-year-old Anthony Daniels. 50-year-old, you know. And the 60-year-old, you know, Hugh Fraser, who were among 4 men held in a major police operation this week, last week now, have been accused of being players in the drug trafficking network operating out of Jamaica and the United States. Daniels, who is from St. Andrew address, and Fraser of Westgate Hills in Montego Bay, St. James, were placed before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. So the United States has sent extradition requests for both men who are wanted in Pennsylvania for alleged crimes. Daniels, through his attorney Christopher Townsend, informed the judge that he wished to proceed to an extradition hearing, which was set for September 13. As it pertains to Fraser, the judge was informed that his lawyer, Martin Thomas, wants further instructions. As a result, an August 2 date was scheduled for him to return to court. Both men were remanded. Now, Daniels and Fraser were arrested in targeted anti-narcotics operation by police military teams in St. James and St. Andrew on Wednesday. Daniels, who was arrested in St. Andrew, is wanted for a conspiracy to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine and 2 counts of distribution of 5 kilograms of cocaine or more. The allegations are that between February and December of last year, U.S. authorities carried out an investigation into a drug trafficking network operating out of Jamaica and Philadelphia, which led to the seizure of a quantity of cocaine at the Philadelphia International Airport. Investigations reportedly led to Daniels, and he was indicted. Fraser, who was apprehended in Montego Bay, is wanted for attempting to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine. It is said that a probe by American investigators between January and December of last year reportedly found that he is a part of the drug trafficking network that provided bulk quantity of cocaine to persons in Pennsylvania. 2 different sets of control shipments of cocaine weighing 9 and 12 kilograms respectively, which were shipped from Jamaica in November and December last year, are alleged to have been linked to him. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration and U.S. Marshals Service had assisted local law enforcement agencies, including the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA, in apprehending the men. According to MOCA, the team in St. Andrew discovered approximately US $40,723, Canadian $29,190, and Jamaican $530,750 in cash, along with a licensed Glock firearm with 132 live rounds, 19 cell phones, 28 SIM cards, and other evidentiary material. In Montego Bay, detectives reportedly seized US $6,785, 11 cellular phones, and a BMW motor car. In another operation by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force, so that are the Portmore situation, where over 20 cellular phones and multiple SIM cards were found, and thing. So, we hear many times of people involved in drugs being arrested and charged, and many times being extradited. So the battle continues. Who is winning is up for debate. Melissa gone with how much rounds? 132 live rounds. And thing. Jaro, Wagwan family. Blessings every time, you know. And thing. So, make we continue. Jamaican linked to money laundering ring facing extradition to the US. So here we go again. Man, some man, them road food shop. John Williams, pick up yourself with the family. Jaja, that make me laugh. I don't know. I'm waiting your program. I'm watching your program all the way from New York. Blessings in the Father, Steve. Give thanks, man. You understand? Appreciate the support, you know what I mean? So a Jamaican who was listed by the US Justice Department as a major player in an international money laundering ring was ordered extradited when he appeared before the St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. Severite Affleck, who US prosecutors claim acted as a money courier in an international narcotics enterprise, waived his right to an extradition hearing. He has signed the consent form to be extradited. Now, prosecutors say Mr. Affleck, a businessman of Bridgeport in Portmore, is the 3rd Jamaican who allegedly acted as a money courier in the international narcotics enterprise. When are we going to learn that Uncle Sam is going to be relentless in tracking you down, and normally they find you? If I want to walk with stick, 100 hurdles finals about to start. Yeah, Ali, I look on it on my iPad there, so. But you're going to see it before me because it kind of delayed here, so. And think, Brittany Anderson, a superstar. Even if she no medal tonight, she is going to be a superstar. Unfortunately, Megan did not make the final. Danielle ran extremely well in that world record semi-final. I mean, running her personal best, I think 12:41, I think, if memory serves me correctly. And I think Brittany was brilliant in winning her semi-final in 12:34, 33, I think, or 12:32, somewhere about there. So both ladies are running well. but Amusing and Comanche Quinn and Nia Ali drop out. Kenny Harrison, Charlton, this is a cracking race, really. You understand? But I could go and treat it on things. I know some people are watching. I know so you're not going to see the winnings before the race done before me. But Brittany Anderson is going to be a superstar. Take it from me. Write it down. Remember what I tell you so. I was saying that from the last Olympics when she failed to medal, but she has all the tools to be a superstar in the event. You understand? These girls are a little bit older than her. Some of them. You understand? So her time will come, but I have great hopes of her. And Danielle Williams, I can't be right her out because she was world champion one of them time. I don't remember the year in my head. You understand? Always confident, always consistent. But on a sports we attack tonight. But we go watch and see what I go on. I have a sneaky feeling too before me go that if all the girls are okay for the 4x4, we have a shot of winning that gold medal. But that's the next story for next time. I hope the men can hold on for third. I think I have them for third, tentatively. Let's see. Fingers crossed. But I could go and watch and see. You understand? Right. So I said to the man them. The man then realize if you get involved with Uncle Sam, I go win. So you might win for a time, you make some money and build some house and buy some car. But ultimately, them is going to find you. Even when you walk with stick and I play with your great-grandchildren them. You understand? Them is going to come for you. They invariably do. Because they will find one man and cut a deal with that one man there. And that one man they go rat you out. You understand what I say? And normally with these extradition requests, eventually you got to go. I don't remember a Jamaican requesting an extradition hearing and win and not go to America. Probably one. I think that gentleman in that case. I mean, I get involved in that now, but I think one. But generally, you have to go. You got to go. You understand? Silver. Bombard race done already. We just get silver. Brittany Anderson or Daniel. See, my race don't start running. I guess me I watch it on one spot media and we're way back so. Let me see. Alright, when I watch the race already, you can't give me no talking. I go watch it now, that me I telling you this one. I forgot just wait for me. As me take it from, Brittany Anderson is going to be a superstar. Me tell a long time I tell him and then I listen to me. Her start still need to improve. So me I watch the race. By world record old. So she broke the world record again with this around here. 12:06. Yeah man, she broke the world record again. Jaja. God, Brittany broke the national record again for come second this one. Come on, Quinn come third. Kenny, what happened to Kenny Harrison? Kenny drop? I mean, not even watch a part of the race because it's a girl that's so fast, I can't even look down there. Hold on. Yeah, man. 12:06. She broke the world record again. So she broke the record in the semi and in the final. I was actually telling my spouse, because I said my partner, in the first round that she looks the most efficient in her hurdling technique. She's just up and over. No unnecessary wasted movement. Up and over, up and down. You understand? And things. So I am not surprised. It means a very good sports analyst in a true know that part of me, one time in the future. You deserve a girl. Look much information I share at one time. That's the word, man. Yeah, man, but big up to the Nigerian lady. Brittany is going to become a superstar. You understand? Where Daniel plays. Hold on. Remember so watch here, nobody cuss me, because they watch it on the TV, phone on TV fast on my iPad. We know he's a good selector. He's an okay selector. We don't know about the good part. I mean, alone now watch the tracks up here. I love how they keep out the brother. Me say when the American then lose, when DeGrasse Olaf brace last night, brother, it feel like it's a Jamaican team when they race, brother. Cause what's all the female them win the 4x1, like, and again with that event, and this is me. Big up to Kemba Nelson and she earned her place. But if I was the coach I would have made the hard decision and I would have started with Brianna Williams leading off the relay. You understand? That is what I would have done. Oh, Daniel, a couple hurdles, you know. Oh, Kenny Harrison, like some hurdles too. Well done, Britain. So I could move on, yeah, man. I say, as we are going watching, because I know a 4x4 I go run while we're still there. I teach, no bother with that. Me and you play a one party in a one club aphrodisiac over Portmore. No bother with it. Oh man, he's an okay selector. He's that dog great selector. Yeah, that's what I say. We don't say some things with a girl and dash on himself like and then sit there. But yeah, man, give thanks. Burp. I'm married this, sir. Who has played that part? Marian, who has it played that event? I think teach man boss a bubble one. Allow the one, allow the thing, God. Then time me there try for selecting thing again. You know what thing? Yeah. Alright, we can move on. Cause I say can me go on a dance and I'm selecting thing me at talk about. Peace, my apologies. Cause I know someone get very impatient and I say, yo, teach, focus on the thing. They have to just break some time to talk on some things. You understand? Teach, make we see what I go. No, me can't show any people them things, brother, because you know the copyright something there. You understand? And a TVJ I show them thing too. I know TVJ has struck my channel a couple times in the past. Me not depend that with them. yeah, man. Watch you now. Right, so a man say him go extradition trial, but generally they tend to lose those and are eventually extradited. Zane, one next brother in IT, you know, I think him do that. So I could go. I could shower there, so now. Right. I don't remember. I lose all track of that. So prosecutors say Mr. Affleck, a businessman of Bridgeport in Portmore, is the third Jamaican who allegedly acted as a money courier in the international narcotics enterprise. The other two Jamaicans implicated in the narcotics ring, St. Devon Cover and Dennis Rowe, waived their right to an extradition hearing in May and will stand the trial in the US. They were extradited 3 weeks ago. So the US Department of Justice said the men are among 19 people who have been charged with various offenses in connection with their alleged involvement in the scheme. This followed an investigation in 2016 by law enforcement agents in Jamaica, the US, Colombia, and other territories. It is alleged that from 2017 to 2020, the men transported money from Jamaica to the US. Sorry, guys. Mr. Cover is alleged to have delivered US $268,000 to undercover police or a confidential informer. 268,000 US. I wonder if me make so much money from me at work. Me not think so, you know. No, sir. Mr. Rowe is said to have handed over US 600. Whoa! So we are talking about 268. Watch our style here. Mr. Rowe is said to have handed over $606,000 US, while Mr. Affleck reportedly delivered 650 grand. So that's a 1.2 mil, 1,056,000 plus 268. Almost $1.5 million this man never moving a US dollar, you know. Yo, bro, there's any way you can show us Kilimanjaro sound system. I know that a lot of people would like to see. I know, I can probably find me. I hope to interview Mr. Harper one of them time, you know. I hope to interview some of the great sound owners, you know. You understand? Jack from Rona Scorpio. You understand? I tried with Jammies, but that's a next story for our next time. We're not get into that. Zane, Mr. Harper from Jaro. Zane, some of them on them. So I could say go. But you know, so we only can do one interview at a time. Yeah. The man never move some serious money. The scheme was allegedly used to launder US $6 million in Colombian drug proceeds through banks in the Caribbean, the US and Europe. The probe dubbed Operation Thin Ice, Operation Thin, oh, they were skating on thin ice, lasted for 5 years and was a joint effort between our authorities in 3 territories. 156 the exchange rate there for now. Nah, man, let me just average it out to $150 when I do these calculations, you know. You see? Yes, Rasta. Boy, it's that weird. But the man, them not learn. I mean, just like how the scammers, them not learn, say, eventually Uncle Sam will catch you too. And you're going to lose your big house and you carry them in forfeiture and then sitting there and you spend most of your life in a prison in the United States and then, I don't know. Link some persons who were engineers when dub played. Yeah, like, but then, yeah, man, so we interview some of them on there already, you know. We interview Fat Man and a couple of them on them already. You see me? But sometimes you can saying interview some people sometimes sound very easy to do when we say it, but it's not always as easy as it sounds. You understand? And I don't know, every man want to be interviewed either. You see? So that is the next thing. But we try. You see me? So, all the nature of the thing, some people will be interviewed and some people unfortunately won't be. So hopefully some other people get to interview some people, I get to interview and vice versa. So you know what I think. So we have a wide coverage because I don't like a teacher man want to interview people. So I mean a man journey will be documented by other people too, so you can see it there. Because me can't interview everybody. Whilst I would like to. You see me? I supposed to interview Litter from Arrows, you know. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to interview Litter for a while, but then something went wrong on his side. I think, no, it's not wrong. I think his daughter had graduation on that day. He never realized. So we'd have to reschedule. And then when he rescheduled, I was sick, so we have to reschedule. So I'm not even sure which part on the schedule I interviewed. But I was supposed to interview Litter from Arrows. And thing. So yeah, eventually we'll cover as many people as we can. We hope to, because I plan to interview everybody, you know, but say everybody know I interview and everybody can interview. And you know, eventually we'll have to start going overseas to do some interviews. But everything take time. Things take a little time. You know, when I do the virtual interviews, because my camera don't look too bad. I mean, I look too bad around here, so I'm lighting not so bad. I'm audio nice, but then I can control that on the artist side. When a man draw him phone and want to look a wire earphone and the audio not good and the lighting not good, and how long will that last for? You understand what I say? And the truth is that the energy can't be the same virtually than in person. It's just a natural vibration, a natural energy. You understand what I say? The interviewer, I feed off of the interviewee and vice versa, and the vibe just nice. It's just natural versus sometimes you know, hear, sometimes the Wi-Fi drop, sometimes the internet chip out, and nah. So I can, yes, even with Scotty, don't ask Scotty, me take me gear, the camera, lighting, mic, everything, and sometimes we have an issue. See, and that is a situation that we can control to a level, but then when the internet has a problem, I can't control it, because sometimes we can't see her up on the screen because our internet not hot. So that's just not me. So people have been saying, teach, no man, them not there, why you not do virtual interviews? You have to just pick a side and stick to your side sometime, you know. You understand? So that is just me, like, and I'm not saying if certain opportunities present themselves, me not necessarily go take it, but it is not my first, second, third, or 10th option. It really isn't, because I want something that can be preserved and the quality remains okay for the longest possible time. See, and something where we can control the variables in terms of the visuals and the audio and stuff. So, but how we reach out there, so like, I'm very distracting. And then some people are cussing and come and say, brother, stick to the script. And then sometimes I want to respond to some of them and say, brother, you tap it nice, and like, just watch a part when you want to watch and then tap it nice, and I just go on. Like, I mean, it's a family, and now what people don't understand. This is not a newscast. Let me say that, you know, because I cuss a little bit too. It's not a newscast. Me not read one news report. Me a vibe with my people them. Me a vibe with the people them who has been supporting me for a long time. And the people them will come now and support me now. Me a vibe. We are discuss something. So it's not a linear thing where we can't divert from a thing sometime and all a reason and laugh and me cuss you know, and then sit there and cuss some people and then sit there. You know feel easy to man. You don't complain about everything. You understand? I mean, you know me can't laugh sometimes. And me can't, if me heal two people, you pass the stream for heal up people and... Sometimes I leave about that trouble them, because they make Christian backslide. Like, you understand? No! Watch a match. Doctors refuse to have skin bleachers as patients. Big up to the doctor them around the part there. You understand? We have to draw a line. We have to take a stand somewhere along the line against certain things. See, and if your bleach is up to you, you know, then I can't tell you what to do with your skin line. You understand? But my recommendation would be to appreciate your skin color. Like, sometimes I see some people with some beautiful complexion. Some complexion, and I say, then why my skin couldn't so dark and nice? Like, I may get one complexion with it in the middle of nowhere. Like, Courage the Cowardly Dog and Eustace and Miss Miriam live in the middle of nowhere. My skin complexion in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what kind of complexion my complexion is. You understand? As me go out in the sun, so me burn up and then sit there. And some people have some complexion where they can live in the sun and they're alright. And me have that and bleach that. Then me not understand. You see me? Some people get a blessing in their complexion. And my complexion live in the middle of nowhere. Until I start. So when me used to play all cricket, when me done my black on my headphone, you know. You see how when a sports day, can anywhere me go, me a house leader. From high school to college to all the places where me teach where house leaders. So, you know, sports day and then sitting there. We black again. You understand? All of them places are burn off and then sitting there. No matter how much sunscreen you use and then sitting there. So my complexion, then some people have some nice complexion and I see my name is a bleach. I mean, I say, yo, they don't even know what they ain't got. You understand? Yeah, man. Some man courage the dog, man. Yeah. I don't know if it's still showing, you know. I don't know if it's still showing. Yeah, ask me and tell me click. Zane, but say, yeah, me also watch Courage. So man look like hockey seat. So watch us up me and our people, and I seriously. You see me? Medical practitioners take drastic action to avoid risk of complications. You see it? Oh, yeah, me don't know click. I me not even really get to watch TV like that, you know. You understand? Me is always on the go, like say, you understand? And most of the, if I get any screen time, it's mostly YouTube. I mostly watch stuff on YouTube. I'm telling you, I normally watch tech channel them, you know. And I am addicted to YouTube studio tours and YouTube studio setups and desk setups and review of cell phones and laptops and computers and then something. That is what. Anytime I get like a screen time, that is what. I read something. You understand? Because I'm always reading. So reading make it a full man and I kind of try out for that. You understand? I want to be that. I want to be a full man. Yo, Jaja. Alright, watch it out. National crap. Guess what I do, yes, sir? I do the wrong thing, you know what I say? I copy the wrong article. But I go search her because I know my name. Don't move. You see? Bleacher, them chew. Them chew flying the ointment. But I go and go for. Hold on. Don't move. Let me bring up my browser. Boom. We dash a fire upon the bleacher them. It's a paid article to you know. Oh, then somebody have to go log in. I mean, it's a different browser now. Why do I log in there again? Me I log in. You know what, on? Because I go and find it. I pay for this article, you know. I pay the green of my money every month, you know, to read an article. Because them not easy idea, you know. I hope I remember that email there. You know what, on? Boom. Yes. Them a try to bleach out the article so me can't see it. You know what, on? You know, nah, get to it. You don't tap it. But I win there. If you say balance. Hush. I win a general. Some of them were that big still. I don't know how I'm going to pronounce it, but I'm going to try. You understand? So we shall with it now. We could find the article kind of long. To me, I try to organize it like, hush. It's a clean up pay all week. Yeah, I pay them, sir. Because you understand, I look information. Several Jamaicans who have used chemicals to lighten their skin are now caught in a quandary. And some medical practitioners are flatly refusing to treat them, regardless of their health concern, because of the heightened risk of developing life-threatening complications during some medical procedures. Personally, I have taken a decision not to operate on persons who are actively bleaching. General laparoscopic and weight loss surgeon Dr. Alfred Dawes admitted when contacted by reporters. Laparoscopic. That word is not so bad. Laparoscopic. I have seen too many complications with their wounds not healing and an higher rate of surgical site infections. Some cases are so bad that it is even difficult to remove dressings in some patients as their skin tear off on the tape. Dawes further said, unfortunately, the practice of skin bleaching is becoming far too common and negatively affects outcomes in emergency surgeries. One cosmetic surgeon who requested that his identity be withheld said that he and several of his colleagues have also stopped seeing patients who refuse to heed their advice, many of whom are now regretting their decision to bleach their skin. Along with all the medical complications associated with this practice is the difficulty it creates for us to do our jobs properly, said the surgeon. For years, countries around the world have been grappling with the unhealthy practice of skin bleaching, which has spawned a booming multi-billion-dollar global industry. A World Health report noted that in 2020, bleaching creams and injectables raked in US $8.6 billion globally. The market is projected to reach $12.3 billion by 2027. The practice has also led to a flourishing underground market, through which many concoctions which have not been scientifically tested are being used to reduce melanin production. I want to read that. It come like me reading bleach out. The practice has also led to a flourishing underground market, through which many concoctions which have not been scientifically tested are being used to reduce melanin production in the skin. Now, socioeconomic status, career opportunities, attractiveness, finding a partner are directly correlated with skin color. So many black persons use chemical remedies to lighten their complexion as their ticket to a better life. No matter how many warnings they get, they ignore them. They don't care about the harmful effects you are telling them, one psychologist noted. Them a talk about say, you have to bleach to get girls. Then me don't know about that. You understand? I never had no problem around that part there. You understand? I know I'm going to say you teach but you're brown already. And then my complexion is in the middle of nowhere, as I'm telling you. Nobody come talk about this, bro. I know some nice brown complexion. This one is in the middle of nowhere. Like, you understand? So I don't know about that. You see me? So man them say, yo, you have to cool and you have to rub to get the girls. Then me, I don't know about that. I did never struggle around on that side. They run on one part. I mean, when me did their road, you understand? When then time. But we not get in trouble now. I was never given any trouble by the way. Still, I don't know how trouble reaching in a conversation. But make we continue. Skin whitening products contain toxic chemicals such as mercury, steroids, and hydroquinone. Hydroquinone. I think that's how that pronounced. So let me do that. Hydroquinone. Some may call it. I hope of that. Skin whitening products contain toxic chemicals such as mercury, steroids, or hydroquinone, and misuse or prolonged use has resulted in detrimental consequences for users. Some persons even create their own homemade concoctions, blending household products and chemicals. Bleach and Gamazone, I joke me away. Which increases the danger, said Dr. Lorena Muir-Green, which increases the danger, said Dr. Lorena Muir-Green, head of the dermatology at the St. James-based Cornwall Regional Hospital. Well, head of dermatology. I can understand the stance of my medical colleagues to not have them as patients, as steroid bleaching agents can cause impaired wound healing when the skin is compromised, she explained. There are different reactions when one applies chemicals to the skin. The practice can thin out the skin, and therefore an IV line can be difficult because you don't have enough skin to anchor it on, she added. Now, Muir-Green, a past president of the Dermatology Association of Jamaica and an associate lecturer at the University of the West Indies, said skin bleaching can also have long-term consequences, such as skin cancer and severe side effects, such as itching, scarring, and redness. Long-term use of one of the ingredients, hydroquinone, can cause a disfiguring condition called ochronosis. Ochronosis. Me tell you, so some of them already go beat me body. You know. I ain't got med school, you know. I got teachers college. You understand? I don't know these words from Adam, but me I try. Long-term use of one of the ingredients, hydroquinone, can cause a disfiguring condition called ochronosis, while some of the older creams contain mercury that can be damaging to the kidney. Now, several African countries include Rwanda, South Africa, Kenya, Ivory Coast, Uganda, and Ghana have made the sale of skin whitening products a crime, but this has led to a growth in the underground market. Yeah, sir? And these things. So, whole heap of more sitting there. Did it? Zine, so I could pick up down here, so bleaching will never stop. Now, despite the precautions and health risks, bleachers are unfazed. Bleaching will never stop. It is the way of life in the ghetto, said a 17-year-old sales clerk in a haberdashery near the Chance Garden Market in Montego Bay on Thursday. 3 out of every 5 customers are here to purchase bleaching products. Diana, a 38-year-old bartender, has been toning her skin since 2016. Nothing is wrong with it. It's about your choice, she told reporters. I just love the look. The dark skin thing was not working for me. Mama said dark skin thing not work for her. You hear the message now? She said in the informal settlement where she lives, bleaching is the norm. Oh, so because of the norm, you would, okay, alright, now say a word. There, some persons use homemade mixtures with toothpaste or curry powder, but most are willing to invest in the raft of products on offer. Diana said to maintain her look, she spends about $7,000 on bleaching products weekly, frequently applying them to her entire body. I rub 3 times daily. Oh, it's a meal. Oh, I eat 3 times daily. The last time is when I am going to bed, and the result is amazing, she bragged. I am aware of all the talk, but I am comfortable with my decision, and I am sure no government is brave enough to come into the ghetto and try to stop bleaching. Wow. Her older daughter, who also lightens her complexion, defends the practice as fashionable. Well, defends the practice as the fashionable thing to do. You get more attention and you are more likely to be accepted. It is just the in thing now. Just fashion, said the data. But get more attention from who and where and accepted to what and where. Because some people you go look at job and buy it from them see you now, but I get no job around here, so you can't stand it. So I don't know what kind of acceptance you look and where you look acceptance from. You understand? Jaja. And then she say her mother do it, so then what am I tell you? Because you have some parents them and then youth that use the same bleaching cream like, Mommy, bleaching cream done yet? Punchy. You have bleaching cream around them, my daughter. I don't know if you're a fool. You understand? Let me continue. You get more attention and you are more likely to be accepted. It is just the you get more attention and you are more likely to be accepted. It is just the in thing now. Just fashion. In a which thing? Who for thing? What kind of thing? Which fashion? Then me don't know about the fashion. You understand? Historically, there has been this colonial subconsciousness belief that if you have light or whiter skin, you are superior. And it has been reinforced over the years that the lighter skinned people will be treated more favorably by people with higher status. Clinical psychologist Dr. Swayze Rattigan said. Then the media have informed the narrative that if you are lighter, then you are more beautiful. Yes. Liked by more people and wealthier. But a lot of this reaction and desperation to make such changes to self is not being able to accept yourself, Rattigan said. It is really about feeling inferior because of your skin and wanting to intervene in any way that increases your social capital or your beauty currency, she added. But the truth is, most of them people we are bleach, them don't look very attractive. You understand what I say? So I don't understand how the attractiveness thing come about tonight. Them not get the part of it. See? So I don't know. Alright, for me, a girl who is bleaching is just an immediate turn off for me. I speak for myself. I don't know about the next man, You understand? But if you are bleaching, two we can reach. You see it? That's the thing there. You could have think you're pretty like whatever you describe, you compare pretty with. Me not depend on something there. Just like big up to the girls that might smoke and okay smoking. But if you smoke, then me not really depend on something there. You understand? That's just not my thing. I don't smoke, so I don't know why you shouldn't have blow smoke in my face. I mean, shouldn't have kiss you and then me a taste cigarette and start sitting in your mouth like that. Me not depend on that. So me I talk for myself. And again, normally when I talk, people kind of get offended like, You understand? But you are big people, I just talk for myself. Boy, Ali. Oh, them are run the men's final first. Oh, normally they run the female final first, Them change up the thing like. Then say, me not depend on something. And that is me, cause me kind of is a different shooter. I mean, never lost my way. Never get when me reach at the cross. Me not lose my way, man. We never get caught up in the hype, man. Nah lie, some bleaching can go on. Then that a your thing, family. Me not depend on something. From your bleach, then you not believe in yourself. You not self-love in a mind. That's in a my thing. And if you don't love yourself, you can't love me. You see me depend? So me don't know about that something. So again, I am speaking for myself. You see? Imagine as a man when I smoke now, then you talk and a beard. Tobacco me smell all in my nose like. Then me not love that. You see? So again, me I talk for myself, So if you are so offended, so be it. But me just talk for me. You understand? As a matter of fact, let me put it this way. I think simplicity is the most beautiful thing in the world. So you see all them eyebrow there, the eyelash there, Where you push me down, you way down, sir, and your eyelash push me down. Me not depend on something there. Your fingernail them out for juke out my. Me not say you can't have nice nails in a lady, and your nails them depend on length and them nice. But some fingernail out for juke out my eye. Me not depend that. Me not into it. You understand? Me now say you can't braid the ear from time to time and them something there. But sometimes I want to run my fingers through your natural ear. Not your natural, you don't have to be natural, you know, but your ear, because you can process your ear. That is fine. But me I can't run my finger through braid all the time, and then when you put down your head on my chest, it's just your head the way up so not be a ear there between my your faces and my. Me don't know about that. Me just talk for myself again. And me love the ladies them, you know. You understand? Me and the ladies them come from far. Teach them whose eyelash on. You understand? It's far me and the ladies them come from. But ladies man, you have to love on yourself. See? You understand? Yeah man, you have some girl with some eyelash man, then can't keep them eye open, them sleepy them at base, cause then as they enjoy go to the lockdown. So then me don't know about that. Then you have some girl with shave off them eyebrow, you have draw one line pound. Me don't know about that something the ladies. Me I tell you the truth of God love. You understand? And me don't know I come from far, you know, when I some part, you know. You understand? From Dalios days, you know. And but say me don't know. That's something enough for me. So you can do your fingernails, of course, ladies, like that, and do your toes and thing. And put on your makeup. We don't have to live in a makeup, ladies. Sometimes we are go out and have to wear a makeup, man. Then you brace your head for my shirt and then say, my shirt change color. I don't love that. So wear your makeup, you know, but you don't have it too much. So some girl that want some makeup like, but I don't know. Then Probably me just as an old man, I know. Probably it's me old. Then, me don't know about it. Then, I go, that's me old. But ladies, do your makeup in about me. I say, sometime, I want to carry out, and I just want you to put on one nice little sundress, and one nice little slippers. You know, you can wear your budgets, you understand? And thing. And your ear, you understand, in a sea breeze around one part, and I look on your face. Me like that. You see me, when we go certain place now, you can doll up yourself and put on your little makeup and do your ear. You understand me? I say, and we're good with that too. But as what you said, Hicks, as I always say, balance. Yeah, man. That's a thing there. Sure. Ladies, me love funny, you know. But you don't take a thing too far sometime, man. You understand? Race a run. Ali, the race done yet? No, Jamaican. Me not say enough for wear the makeup, you know. Me just say, sometimes the makeup is overdone. You understand? The makeup can look nice, you know. And she very beautiful, you know. But sometimes you have some makeup where it's like the whole tin of makeup they use, bro. I mean, I don't know about that something. But, make. Teach us with the girl a bit. Well, I'm missing up on that. Come, Powell, do the right thing. Alright, Ali, race done it. Hold on the piece. I look on the race. You know about the cussing them. You know watch the race. Jamaica represent around the world. So I have to see what I go on. And Ali now give me no update. Silver! I mean, I say a brands in the Ali. Ali, I boss. You understand? Ali is my media correspondent. Come in, Taylor. Well, look like a race done already. I mean, Taylor just get it back. Then you see my thing slow bad. You understand? So my girl, when they yarn, the makeup just crack up. You're heavy. Come in, barman. Are you paid that to watch the race, J.A.? No, I sit there and watch it on Bomba, that's so close to the world record. The man ended there. National record. Don't make a national record pass, you know. We're leading. Oh, that's something. Alright. Good silver. Good silver. You understand? Yeah, man, and I said, ladies, as me say, me no want to crucify me for wrong reason. If you not crucify me, no crucify me for the right thing. Me I say, me not have no problem with, you have some eyelash when them do them nice, but you have some of them when you push me down. You understand? Me I come kiss you and then me can't reach down there, because I say, your eyelash out for blind me like. You understand? Me no know about that. You see me? Next thing, the makeup. Makeup can be done in a very tasteful, attractive way, but some of you kind of overdo it, like. You understand? For me, it is not very attractive when it is overdone. You see? So, and a bleaching is just a no-no for me. Me just a say. See? And there are going to be times when you're going to want a different hairstyle and change your thing and put in some extension and put in some braids. But there are going to be times when you're going to want to feel a skull. You understand? And I run my hand through your ear, so. You understand? And massage your scalp and them something. And then how's me going to do that if you're always having falls here? And sewing and some things over your ear and then you sew and glue on them. And then remember say you have to put your head on my chest too. And then like say, when you put your head on my chest, my nose I got the nail to your ear too. And then say, sometimes falls here like when you're sweating night, you know nice. But let me go on, you know, because say, ladies, me love you, you know. Me don't want to forget that, you know. You understand? Because it's the truth say, you don't really like your truth sometimes, you know. But me just have to talk to you. You see? Because how far where I come from, me and you know. You understand? Well done, youths. Big up on yourself. You understand? King Harry, man, them have to look like a man them have some things where they don't want to talk about for a long time, you know. Because them just say preach, teach. You understand? Joe tell me he's proud of his stuff, bro. Me just talk for myself. You understand what I say? And gents, that's the next thing too. If you know say you don't like certain things, find an empress where you're compatible with too, man. Don't go for the thing where you know say and your type of thing for man. And ladies, if you know say you like a man with plait up ear, then don't go there with a bald man. If you like a man that is clean shaven and him ear ball and them say that don't go there with a rasta man. Sometimes the relationship them now work because we make the wrong decision from the get-go. You understand? If I don't like a girl that bleach and I'm not going to become in a relationship with a girl that is bleaching, then the relationship doomed for fail. But say because more time we look for the wrong things them, or she kind of her waist kind of small and her belly flat and her bottom big like, you understand, and her thighs them thick and you know what I mean, her breasts them perky and she very pretty. But it's not your girl, another girl you really want to settle down with. So why you settle down with her for? Then it's not going to work out. You understand? And some ladies know, uno want some man where another man don't go there with. Then me not understand. Then this is what you want. Then me not, but it's our next job that. Me can't bother get into that tonight. You understand? Say, me not come to talk about relationship issues tonight. Well, next time. You see me? But say, from the get-go, you have to take up the person that you compatible with. You can't take up somebody when you're compatible with them, especially if you get compatible with them. Then it don't work, so. You understand? If you like a natural lady, and you go take up a lady where I be a false nail and false ear and false eyelash, and false this and false that, then the relationship will go fail, family. Go pursue an empress where have the qualities them you look for. Then we have to try change her, then the relationship is going to fail. That means a relationship counts at the end, but you don't know that part. You understand? Then you have to do anything the right from the first place. That's and then no cuss a man wicked and woman wicked. Is we fool cause we do the wrong thing from the start. Can I get a amen? You understand? You know say you don't love go party. And you take up a woman and want to go party every night. Then you know no sense, brother. Ladies, you know say you like a party man. But then you go take up a man where you don't want to go on a party. Then it is not going to work. You understand? Then Me done with the relationship counseling night. I can't know what I'm doing tonight, you know. Me don't know what I'm doing. Somehow we don't really know what we want. We think we know what we want, but we don't know what we want. We know so that we want and we go do something different. Then that don't make no sense. Yeah, why? Woodson, right now, me need to get around to that party. And I can't see them things that rub me wrong, you know. You understand? See me? Everything fast these days, brother. Some of buy pussy in a bag, you know. You understand? Nah, man, they still have natural women, King Harry, man. King Harry, where you go see woman, them King Harry? Nah, man, you have some ladies who are still natural, man. You have some, man, everything natural, man. You understand? You have ladies who don't wear makeup, bro. You have ladies who don't process them hair. You have ladies who don't even put on nails and them something there. You have ladies about them, man. I just King Harry. Then, where you look, King Harry, you look the wrong place. Top look this up. You understand? You know, look the right place. But no, King Harry, man, you still have that, man. You see me? You still have every type of ladies where you can think of still exists, bro. You see me? I just, you look the wrong place. You see me? Yeah, man. Then did them, man. Them there right there. You see it? But say, me finish the story. The 2016-2017 Health and Lifestyle Survey estimated that about 11% of Jamaica's 2.8 million citizens, or 300,000 people, bleach their skin. And averagely 300,000 Jamaicans bleach them skin. Can you believe that? Eh? Some 12.5% of men reported bleaching their skin compared to 8.8% of women. Because the man them normally say, yo brother, you know, so we have to tone up to get them girls there. We're not. Man with all wholly browner than me, I bleach. Me know enough man with brown, cause as I say my complexion, I don't really know what to call it. People will say me brown, but then me don't know. People will call me brown man sometimes. Me don't know about that. You understand? I say my complexion living in the middle of nowhere like Courage the Cowardly Dog and Eustace and Miriam. But people were wholly lighter than me a bleach. And me I wonder then. And men bleach more than women. You understand? So 12.5% of men and 8.8% of women. Now the prevalence was highest in the 15 to 34 age group. You hear that? 15 to 34. Yeah? Cha-cha. The World Health Organization warns that dangerous skin bleaching has become a public health crisis, stating that it can cause not just damage to the skin, but life-threatening ailments such as liver and kidney damage, neurological problems, cancer, and for pregnant women, stillbirth. It can also cause severe side effects such as itching, scarring, redness, and the thinning of the skin, as was mentioned earlier. Long-term use of hydroquinone, I don't think we're pronouncing that right, but forgive me. You understand? A main component of skin whitening products can cause disfiguring condition called ochronosis, as we said earlier. Mercury, another common ingredient in skin whitening products, is extremely toxic, and long-term exposure includes kidney and liver damage, as well as neurological problems such as depression, anxiety, and early childhood developmental issues. Other potential health hazards from skin bleaching are dermatitis, darkening of the skin, neurological problems, and foetal growth retardation. Are these spelled wrong? Are fetal growth? Let me see. What's that? Foetal. Oh, so I pronounce, okay. I guess that would be fetal. Alright. So, see, doctor then say they're not treat some of the people. Because some people, like them skin start all crack up, you know, brother. You understand? Some people get some cut and them not heal because of how disfigured their skin has become, you know. Some people have some whole heap of crack on something in them face and like, I know, man. I know. But, ladies, if a man in 30 and bleaching, then you definitely know there's no hope of serious relationship. He still play the teenager game. Well done, lads. Well done, lads. Ali, the female race start yet? I have to go employ Ali as my media liaison officer, you know. You understand? Alright, please. Give me like 30 seconds. Let me step out a minute again and forward back.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Give me a call. Thanks for your patience, guys. Teacher, at that time, the blockade and chuck me stay. You see me? Alright. Yeah, man. So, them look at things. So, peeps, I mean, these things continue to plague us. Over 300,000 Jamaicans are bleaching. 12.5% men, 8.8% females. And 15 to 34 is the dominant age range and thing. I know. I have a sneaky suspicion. That we are going to win go. I don't know the lineup they make. I think if Stephanie Ann McPherson and Candice McLeod, I think they might use Stacey and Williams and former Idel. She was in the flat 400. Not remembering her name now. I think she anchored the heats. That is a team. If that is a team, then I think we have a shot at winning this thing. America is always a favorite in these races, in these 4x4 male and female races. But I have a sneaky suspicion. I really wish Jacko was able to but Jacko has done too much work in the championship. I think Jacko is home now. I think she left. She came home today. But with Jacko in this, like, definitely would and thing. Make a watch and say, I'll go and watch. Alright. I know Alice won't tell me what we get. Because see Alice a race start and I just see them still I check off people around here. So, you understand? Alright, make a continue. Auntie. Shower there. 950 something. I have a couple more articles I want to share with you and then I left. I done edit interview for Tuesday already, give thanks. I done research for interview tomorrow already. I put in some work over a weekend, you understand? Plus my stream Friday and Sunday. It has been a good weekend, we give thanks. You see me, I did say I place interview today, but then I push the interview with the Teach, if you see the African bleaching complexion, you run Jamaica bleaching complexion look better. Empress Vidal. No see a word. See? Alright, peace. I don't know watch a race, so I keep me posted. So I could continue with what I go on around here. So for a long time now, the banking fee situation and banking charges have been our charges to transact business with our banks or commercial banks especially have been a sore point. And you couldn't give me the lineup of Ali, why the lineup of the team? Cherokee Young, it look like a Candice start the race. Zane, Ali not ever give me a line up by a team. And I say, me not hear what go on pan, me can't done the volume line. And thing. Candice a good option to start the race too still. I think Candice are the best 400 runner at the moment. And thing. So the banking fees and I think credit, cause you know say we normally not give credence to politicians both here now. But I think what's his name? Fitz Jackson, opposition MP, he has been one of the leading what you call that now? Sometimes the words them leave me, you know. At the forefront of the fight to get banking fees to be reduced or in some cases completely disbanded. And think Russell with the second leg. Oh, Genevieve can run the second leg. Oh, cool. Interesting choice. I never expect them to bring in Genevieve still. I expect Williams and Cherokee Young and so I wonder who up on the third leg. Don't try to take her up on the curve, man. Extra work that. Wait till the stretch come. Yeah, man. Well done, Jenny. I wish for the race there, you know. Advocate. Yeah, that is the word. Sometimes the words them left me. Good leg, Jenny. I'm telling some I have feelings so we can win that something, you know. How this now? Stephanie and button change. Come, let's go. So that means so who go anchor the race? Cherokee Young? So I could have who that. Come, Stephanie, make your move early. Silver again. Jaja. I say we have a goal this time, you know. Hold on, peace. I watch your race here. Oh, man, you make your American get with too much, man. So early, man. Stephanie waits so long for me to move and she see the girl I take with herself. It was a brilliant leg by McPherson, though. Not, I don't remember who just run it. You just run a second. Like Russell, Genevieve. A Cherokee Young anchor the race. Jaja. Silver again. We give Cherokee Young too much work for do. Cherokee has a future to, you know. Very young and she's running some of the fastest 400 times in the world. I mean the collegiate. I want to talk about the collegiate, the US collegiate circuit, you know, cause I have a problem with it. But we soon talk to, you know. Two silver. Yeah. Alright. We'll take it. But we have a feeling that we have the team could win the race, you know. Oh, at the early, the 400 early run and them put on the final leg. She run fast, everybody. Right now. What's your name again? I don't remember. The American me attack. What's your name again? I don't remember her name. I'm not focused. But that girl is superhuman. Race is distracting. Auntie. Yeah. Alright. Not bad. It's not a bad medal all. I think the answer parchment medal would have been added to this because I felt like Ans would have won that race. And thing. Sydney McLaughlin. Sydney. Yeah, man. She is in a class by her. If she run a flat four, she can run for everybody together. Because every time she run a 400 hurdles, she broke your world record. So I don't know. Well done, ladies. I didn't think of goal we get for that one here. But we give thanks. Alright. I could continue now. So Fitz Jackson has been one of the Sydney McLaughlin, man. Supreme athlete. You understand? And she seemed very humble as well. And normally very gracious. So I appreciate her. She's not like the run-of-the-mill American athlete. You see me? So me kind of, you know what I mean? She just goes about her business, you know, like a Alice Felix type of vibes and just get it done. And thing. Yeah, man. So, alright. Sydney McLaughlin. Yeah. I'm not telling you remember a thing now. People might take with themselves, you know, because I talk about other things. But that's the thing. It's just a stream we are bringing everybody. Shakari is not an athlete, yes. You understand? Shaka Berry. She right now, when Shakari run a race, then every time she can represent herself, she not even qualify for the 100 or 200, yes, so what say. But Sydney is a supreme athlete, man. Supremely talented woman. Like, you have to respect her. Zine. And things. So, Fitz Jackson has been one of the leading advocate, one of the most vocal advocate for the banking fee thing to be, sorted out. The government at this point in time, here Nigel Clark says something more there. I don't know. MP Jackson sues Scotiabank over check cashing fee. So I guess Fitz not only attack the talk, he might walk the walk. St. Catherine, Southern, and as I said, normally, we give it to politicians. Zane, and I think I'm a very fair person, objective person, and I also think that whilst we give it to politicians when we give it to them when they do things that are worthy of not really praise, but we say okay, this is for the benefit of the Jamaican society. We need to give them plaudits for that, and Fitz Jackson has been fighting this fight, sometimes by himself, and he's not just talking, he's also now doing. So St. Catherine Southern Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson has locked horns with Scotiabank Jamaica, filing a lawsuit in the Supreme Court, challenging the legality of check cashing fees imposed by the financial institution on its customers. The court action, which was set in motion last Tuesday by Jackson's attorneys, sets the stage for a landmark ruling that could rock the local banking sector and provide a roadmap for challenging a range of fees imposed on the public, a matter which has triggered much outrage in recent years. The lawsuit is based on a May 19 incident in which Jackson, a 5-term lawmaker, claimed he was compelled to pay $385 before a teller at Scotiabank's Portmore branch would cash a $2,500 check in his name. So he paid $385 for cash, $2,500. Jaja. He is seeking a declaration from the court that Scotiabank, through the imposition of the fee, has breached its obligation by failing to honor a negotiable instrument according to court documents obtained. Section 73 of the Bills of Exchange Act defines a check as a negotiable instrument and stipulates that it must be honored on demand without conditions. Jackson's attorney, Anthony Williams, contended during an interview with reporters. The moment the bank puts in conditions and says, "You have to give me $385 in order for me to change a check," then you are making the check a conditional order, said Williams, which is true, managing partner of Sims Williams and Company, which filed the lawsuit. It is an unconditional order. It is not a request, he said, referring to a check presented for encashment. For several years, Jackson has been waging a battle against commercial banks for what he calls cruel, unreasonable, and heartless deductions from account holders through a range of fee penalties. In 2017, he tabled a bill to amend the Banking Services Act, which would address the issue of high service fees charged by commercial banks. Jackson said the bill would offer some protection to the public. This bill would allow account holders to make transactions against their own accounts without a penalty or fee. So, for example, I have accounts at a few banks, yeah? And if you are transferring money from your account, from one of your account to the next account, I think you have to pay a fee. From your account to our next one of your account, and it's not even one next one account, You see it? But I mean, tell you. Alright. However, the bill has not received the support of the Parliament. Last month, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark disclosed in Parliament that 7 of the 8 commercial banks he checked with acknowledged that they charge a fee to cover administrative costs associated with processing a check. Last year, local deposit-taking institution DTIs saw their profitability balloon due to increased reliance on non-interest revenues or fees, the Bank of Jamaica noted in its 2021 report. According to the report, pre-tax profits for DTIs totaled $47 billion last year, with non-interest income or fees on loans and other services accounting for nearly $23 billion, or 48% pre-tax profits totaled $25.4 billion in 2020. What Mr. Jackson is trying to do is to send a message to the banks, and this will also impact the ordinary man, Attorney Williams said, alluding to the far-reaching implications of the lawsuit. Banks are now imposing policies they are imposing regulations, concepts and principles that are in breach of the law, Williams charged, making reference to the bills of exchange. Scotiabank has declined to comment on the lawsuit. As reference is being made to a pending legal matter, it would not be appropriate to comment further at this time. Daniel Savory, Manager for Public Affairs and Communications at Scotiabank, said in an email. Anting. So, yeah. Let's see how this goes. The article is long, but we can't go through all right now. 23 billion in non-interest fees. Wow. So imagine you have a check of $2,500 and you got a bank and then tell us you have to pay $385 for cash a check. Jaja God. And whilst that may not seem like a lot to some people can't find $385, $2,500 upon that check there. But I suppose if Scotia over Portmore do it, Scotia Banks do it in Jaro. You understand what I say? So, Ah, boy. No, you know that electric vehicles are becoming more and more prominent. And in time to come, I think electric vehicles will be the norm as our reliance on gas-powered vehicles start to diminish over time. Not for Jamaica, not now, but eventually. As such, the government has lowered the duty on electric vehicles. So the import duty on electric vehicles has been reduced from 30% to 10%. And purchasers of those vehicles will not have to pay license fees over the next 5 years. The House of Representatives on Tuesday, July 19, approved the Customs Tariff Revision Amendment Number 2 Resolution 2020, what a long sitting, and the Road Traffic License Duty Order of 2022 and Resolution on Tuesday, July 19, to give effect to the measures. Now, Minister of Finance and Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, advised that the lower duty rates and the elimination of a license fee requirement apply to electric vehicles that are 3 years old or less at the time of importation. He said that the measures, which took effect on July 14, are supporting the country's transition from a high dependence on petroleum for motor vehicles by making it more affordable for Jamaicans to acquire an electric vehicle. He said that the government is serious about ensuring a clean energy future. The electric vehicle technologies are undergoing rapid change, and so the public interest is best served by ensuring that the latest technologies are preferred over older technologies. Having 10-year-old electric vehicle in the country does not help anybody. We need the latest electric vehicles at any point in time, Dr. Clark contended. The minister told the House that the implementation of the measures came out of discussions with the Ministry of Science and Energy and Technology and the Inter-American Development Bank and other stakeholders to see how best to encourage persons to purchase electric vehicles. He said it was determined that the reduction in duty and removal of license fee would be the best way to incentivize the transition. The finance minister notes that duties on motor vehicles are a major source of government revenue, with earnings of about $30 billion to $40 billion. And so, the way we treat with the reduction of duties for electric vehicle has to be considered very carefully, because we could not afford to completely cannibalize all of that revenue. However, at the same time, we must make a start in the transition. So, from 30% to 10% duty and no license fee for 5 years. Interesting attempt at incentivizing Jamaicans or encouraging Jamaicans to purchase electric vehicles. I suppose JPS is smiling as the charging infrastructure is built out or continuing to be built out and such. But JP is that thing. The 2 last light bills I got, you see, totaled over $115,000. My 2 last light bill in total. So this month one is about $10,000 less than the previous month one. But may I say it again? My 2 last light bills have total approximately $115,000. Yeah? Me not upon that. So I have been meaning to go solar for a while, but me never get round to it yet. Me can't really treat with it at the moment. But before the year done, I plan to come off JPS's grid. And if me even stay up on the grid, I think they're also drafting legislation. Teach, I beg you don't buy no sack what I mean. I bet. Check the message, Kush. To replace Tesla battery pack, US 20,000 to 35,000. It's coming. And thing charging me care with Delco. Okay, fine. Welcome and thing paying for your name. AMG, yes, me pay for my name. Boy, brother, I don't know. I really don't know. As we were speaking about complexion, there's a US athlete. I think her name is Ating Mo. I think she runs the 800. She has the most beautiful complexion in the world. Somebody have a diver. I think she's currently running on the track with a button. As I said, is it 800? I think it's the 800 she does. As I said, her name is Ating Mo. She has the most beautiful complexion. You understand? I know that Dr. Clark is an intelligent man, but how does that word cannibalize fit into the statement? As in, it can't totally remove the duties on electric vehicle so as to lose all the revenue that they get from these duties. Basically, that is what they must say in the long and short. And thing. Man say me a pay for my name. Boy, I mean I really got that, you know. Me not think me have that. You understand? And thing. I mean, the studio, runs off. There's a lot of stuff in here. That's fine. The AC is generally on most of the time. Yeah? And things, so that is one. And there are other things around the house, but no, me not depend. But when you get the solar, make sure the only thing on JPS grid is the front pipe, teach. Oh, I was saying, I think they are drafting legislation to formalize private customers selling energy to JPS. So if you have a solar infrastructure at your house and you generate excess energy, so they are formalizing legislation on how to treat with that. And thing. But I've always said I wanted to go solar for a number of reasons. One, what I do, I want to always have electricity. You understand? So especially in the event that we have a hurricane and stuff, my channel is still up and running. So I've always had that in mind as well and stuff. And as you know, we add more equipment to the studio and stuff. Plus, you know, the family, you know, uses more electricity and thing. No, but so me just gonna make the sacrifice and upfront and treat with that. But me I come off of the grid, me I tell her. So if it means I have to go sell banana chips and bag juice a couple of months, me I go do it. Cause I say 115 grand and me nah no go club here, me nah sell ice, me nah run. Me nah know, like no sir. You see me? So like last month there was like probably a 40% increase on my light bill. Boom! I don't know where that come from. You see me? So, and you still pay tax. I've been solar teach. I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not do all of the research behind it yet, but I don't know. I'm not depend that. So I say. So I am willing to make the investment up front, the sacrifice up front for the long-term benefits. You understand what I say? And think, cause and as somebody who is trained in environmental science as well, I mean, I've always, you know, known the importance of that. But as technology improve, the solar equipment is decreasing in price because it is becoming cheaper to manufacture some of the equipment and such and thing. So that's why I call solar electric vehicles are becoming a little bit more affordable as the technology becomes more accessible to many companies, and some of the larger most of the large car manufacturers are now also making electric vehicles, so it is becoming more affordable and stuff and things. So yeah, and then the electric vehicle them not so ugly again. Some of them start look very nice. You understand? I don't know why electric vehicles are so ugly. Some of them, you see me? So that's the next thing. So some of them start have look attractiveness about them too. So you understand? There's a Hyundai Iconic 5. I think that's a very interesting shaped vehicle. And I think I like that one. There are a couple others, but I don't know. For the ones who are not paying their electricity bills. Yeah, that is the next thing to gonna be impressive. For the people that may extract electricity illegally, we know so we have to pay for them on it. But me not plan to do it forever. You understand? Me not plan to do that something forever. Cause me as a youth, I try to feed my family and I try to set some things in my life. Me can't afford that. Yeah. You understand? True, and a lot more people selling solar system too as cost drop. Teacher's price. Yo, cause so I can watch and say, teacher, they're too big, bro, man. That brother, that's gonna take up about 10 parking spot, man. I mean, it's nice, you see, but that too big, bro. No, sir. I like compact vehicles. You understand what I mean? I say mid-size. You see me them big old vehicle that we have to take up 30 parking spot, like, you understand what I say? And thing. And then my garage probably not so big neither for all the vehicle. Then me have to go get a different house. You understand? I park you out in my son. It's a nice vehicle, but it's very big, sir. You understand? Yeah, man. Me like mid-size crossover, compact type of vehicle, type of thing. You understand what I say? But yeah, make we move on now. We have a couple more hour time. Yeah, a long time there, They also got to get rid of JPS monopoly, so you don't have to steal JPS. So you go start. I say you go start thief like. But Lisa, more time they're not even knowing. Jaja. Needs cards to have JP verification. So you know this going to the JP thing to get them verifying and signing off on certain things. Apparently a part of the needs thing. You won't have to do that any longer anymore. So the National Identification System card will include a feature to verify justices of the peace. This will be denoted on the back of the card, which will save the government some $7.2 million on not having to print separate IDs for the JPs. Justice of the Peace, Delroy Chuck, made the disclosure while made the disclosure while speaking at the commissioning ceremony for 40 new JPs in St. Thomas on Thursday. The card's design was unveiled by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in the House of Representatives on May 24. It is Jamaica's first national identification card, which the government is hoping will improve crime fighting and the ease of doing business. Now, Chuck reminded the new JPs that the card's implementation would result in adjustments to some of their services. There won't be a need for you to identify pensioners who are still alive, because the national ID will be able to show that, and therefore, that bit of work will not be necessary, he said. Even signing passport pictures and documents may not be necessary, because the national ID will definitely be a unique identification for the person and will be accepted by all public institutions as the appropriate ID, Chuck added. Now, justices of the peace offer several other services. They include attending children's and drug courts, considering bail applications, attending police stations, serving as justices in courts of petty sessions, sitting on licensing panels, and offering counsel and advice. Yeah. So, I guess needs it's on its way. We'll watch and see. Then me I go tell you now I go because when needs come, me I go look my card. You understand me? I say, then me now have no time. I am a businessman, you know. And I don't like to go places, go sit down and wait all day. Me like efficiency and thing. And if this is going to provide that, then me want my needs care too. You understand? I know you have the conspiracy theories out there and all of these things and them something there. As long as I'm not take my biometric data, Zane, and my personal information will be secured and I am given to me and the words him tonight. Confirmation of that my personal info will be, you know what I mean, treated in such a way where it will not be accessible to every and anybody. Then me want my needs card, then me don't know about nobody else. You understand? Me know some people also about teach them. Me want my card. Me want my own. You understand? Because me can't bother with them want 2 ID for me do certain things, and want that for me do certain things, and this for me do certain things. And that slow up my thing. Me not have no time for them something there. You understand? So if you have a time or you can go sit down in some agency for the whole day and go back one next day and do the me not depend that. You see? So if me and get one card where I go make all of them things more efficient, I am okay with that. As long as me say the biometric data is not a part of it in certain ways and my info will be not accessible to, you know what I mean? So yes, yeah, me have a new ID card in our family. So when you have the national ID, you still have to use it. No man, the needs card will cover all of that, I think, Lisa. So it's just one identification card that rules them all. You understand? So I don't know the tearing part how go. I never remember if I said that in the reading. Assurance that your info safe. One can do it. You see me? So JP if you sign auntie. Yeah, some very good JP solution and thing, but me understand when you say it can be inconvenient depending. If you live near a JP, not so bad. You understand? But when you have to, you know what I mean, go seek out a JP, it can be a hassle. Now, speaking about biometric data and such, alarm has been raised over collection of prisoners' data, not data, DNA. I never knew this was a thing. That when you are convicted, before COVID, you know, it was a thing that the moment you are convicted, your DNA is collected and stored in the database. I never knew this was a thing. So watch her. Samuels, as in Bert Samuels, believes the program raises rights and trust issues. But Lloyd Barnett disagrees. To find out of poor JP, you have to pay. As in pay the JP or pay to find the JP. Because JP not supposed to collect the money, and I know some of them do, but they're not supposed to. You understand? So the government could soon listen, peeps, I found this so interesting when I read it. The government could soon resume a program under which it collects and stores DNA samples from prisoners to strengthen its crime-fighting capacity. I did not know that this existed. I really did not know. Xavier Main, State Minister in the Ministry of National Security, pointed out that the program was rolled out before the pandemic. I never heard of it. Pursuant to the law, as contained in the DNA Evidence Act, the sampling of all convicts was happening prior to COVID. You hear that, people? So all convicts' DNA sample was being taken from them. I did not know. You understand? The onset of the COVID would have slowed and stopped that process. That is something that has not yet resumed. So COVID kind of caused that to stop. But apparently it was happening before COVID. I did not know. Teach at the JP, you know about run if them not supposed to collect money, but you know the thing said. I have never dealt with a JP where collect money still, cause you know what thing go. But me here say your JPs out there where as a matter of fact you have some of them where you have to pay them for do the serve, but it should not be done. You see? And thing is a voluntary type thing. You understand? One time they even consider say me I become a JP, you know. But then say Boy, I don't know about, I forgot have one place where I go, because I can't really bother with people that come on my yard like that. You understand what I say? Especially now with what I do. You understand? I try to keep my location half a grid. You understand? Because I say, people are people. You understand? I don't trust people. So, I don't know. I know some JPs operate out of police stations and libraries and stuff. Like them have a day where them go out, go do things and people go there because them know so them did that day and something. So I don't know, but I don't know. I have cars, did have to take over passport picture. So watch this now, peace. I could talk about the interesting thing. So at the time of the interview, Maine was not able to say how many samples had been collected and stored in the database so far, or whether convicts were voluntarily providing samples, or if reasonable force was being used as provided for under the law. Right. He has promised to provide more details on the program in short order. So I don't know if it is a situation, because apparently it is mandatory. It is compulsory, apparently, where the moment you are convicted, and I don't know the category of crime, or it is just all crimes, I don't know, but the moment you are convicted, I'm so proud of Brittany. Like, me just see this, the superstar dominant that girl there from she a junior, from she became the junior world record holder. Like, I know she was special. You understand? And thing. So I am happy to see her transitioning to the senior ranks seamlessly, and I think she has so much to offer. With the hurdles is a hit or miss thing. You can be the fastest in the world and you hit one hurdle and you're out of the race. So you have 10 opportunities to make a mistake. That is how I view the hurdles. So I am really proud of her. It's a pity that Megan didn't get to make the final and Daniel didn't medal, but yeah man, we give thanks. Yeah man, so we continue. So that is it now. So again, so I don't know. As a matter of fact, I am so intrigued by this. I am compelled to go and get some information as to the categories of convicts whose DNA samples are taken, or it's just all convicts. Like, I am so interested in this. Like, I didn't know that we have been building a DNA database. Zine? Right. Now, the DNA Evidence Act was passed in late 2015 after being piloted by then National Security Minister Peter Bunting. I may never know that. It was pitched as being critical to the country's crime fight, as it provided for the compulsory extraction of DNA samples from suspects and convicted persons, outlined the protocol for the collecting, retaining, and preserving the samples. I want to read this. I'm going to seek it out. As well as guidelines for the retention or destruction of DNA profiles. The activation of the National DNA Registry was being eyed as pivotal to boosting the forensic investigation capacity of the police force. But Attorney at Law Bert Samuels believes that Section 29 of the Act, which allows for the collection of DNA samples by force, may not stand up to the constitutional scrutiny. Oh, so there's that provision in it. Say, you have to get it by the hook or by the crook. Take it by force, we are take it by force, I guess, I don't know. It is troubling if what we are hearing is true, that they intend to forcibly take blood samples from inmates. Now, the invasiveness of forceful extraction of body fluids, including blood, is an invasion of your privacy. And I do not think prisoners lose that right to privacy unless it is in pursuit of a crime that is being investigated. And even in those circumstances, because of the presumption of innocence, you need not give any sample to the police, said Samuels. Oh, cool. Do we trust the state that it can keep data on us in such a way that is not taken and used in a mischievous way? For example, DNA found on a crime scene is conclusive evidence that you were there. That is the danger of DNA. It is so accurate that its misuse can lead to abuse, the senior attorney said, which is true. Although Maine said that no official has been authorized to announce a resumption of the program at this time, sources close to the prison system told the Sunday Gleaner that inmates at one local prison were recently advised that DNA samples would be taken from them. Samuel said that an appellant has also communicated to his legal team that he was advised that prison authorities would also be taking his blood sample. According to the senior attorney, appellants should be dealt with as a special category of inmates. When a person has appealed, he is not treated as an inmate. He is treated as an appellant because common sense tells you if he wins his appeal, then that is the end of the matter. Now, are they going to go as far as taking the blood samples of appellants? Do you lose your rights when you are an appellant when it is not certain that you will be imprisoned? But you're imprisoned already if you're an appellant. You're just waiting on the court to decide if you're going to be acquitted or the conviction will stand. So me not understand that part either. If you are an appellant, if you're appealing a conviction, it means you're in a prison already, so I'm not sure. But probably I mean slow. And thing. Unlike Samuels, constitutional attorney Dr. Lloyd Barnett does not believe the collection of DNA samples breach an inmate's constitutional right to privacy. This is a long-established practice to take personal data from persons who have been convicted of a criminal charge, which is practiced in most democratic countries, as far as I know. No, in the article I said that, me I said that, as far as I know, so that is a thing in many places. I just never know say it was a thing here. There's a limitation on right to privacy of persons serving sentences, as somebody said in the comments earlier. Right? On conviction, fingerprints have always been taken. That me never know either. I never know that we have such a big fingerprint database. So the moment you're I know that in some cases the judge orders a fingerprinting to be done or fingerprints to be taken. But I didn't know that it was mandatory that from your convicted your fingerprints are taken. See, I learn, you know. You understand? Just learning these things. The stream will get later now, you know, so I need to wrap up. So there are limitations on the right to privacy of persons serving sentences. On conviction, fingerprints have always been taken. This is an extension of that traditional approach. So it would be very difficult to say that it is one that is not demonstrably justified in a democratic society. Barnett also believes that the provision for the use of reasonable force to obtain samples can stand up to scrutiny. If there is a legal power to take the sample, then it couldn't be frustrated by the person who is refusing to comply, he argued. Now, Dr. Judith Mowat, head of the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, confirmed that the samples collected from convicts are stored and analyzed at the state entity. It is quite secured, she said of the database, adding that it does not only include samples from the correctional system. In April of 2018, tenets of the DNA Evidence Act were tested in the Supreme Court, which resulted in favor of the state in the case brought by Leonard Howitt, a then accused who withdrew his initial consent to provide a non-intimate DNA sample. Now, Justice David Foster ruled that there was no requirement for a court order to obtain a non-intimate sample from a non-consenting adult who is not a protected person. He also noted that section of the law contemplated that a sample is obtained from a person in detention, but the accused was then on bail. Okay. What I am therefore prepared to do is to remand the accused for only as long as necessary to establish the requisite detention and authorizing officers. If they deem appropriate to take the required steps in accordance with section 15, 20 and 25 in relation to notification and authorization if necessary, to obtain the desired non-intimate sample, said Foster, adding that he was staying the effect of the ruling as the accused man indicated his intention to appeal. And so on and so forth. Long. I can't do the rest of it. But interesting. This has problematic written all over it. Because corrupt officials can place DNA at crime scene when that person wasn't there. Right, King Harry? Right? That is what Bert is saying. And thing. Yeah. But then, in the pursuit of treaty with the crime situation, King Harry, I'm sure you can appreciate the need to have a fingerprint and DNA database going. Like, so there's that as well. So I understand that concern that Bert has as well. But there's also the other part of it. So we have to probably find a balance, a middle ground and thing. And Just set the thing in such a way where investigators don't have access to the database. They ask the lab to process the thing and such. So the thing can be set away, man, because many countries around the world utilize systems like these. You understand? Are they foolproof? No. But we must can take the best practices from these countries and implement them. You see me? So, but this is an important step in treating with the rampant level of criminality that exists, you know. You understand? But there has to be a balance, and the trust deficit that exists has to be bridged. That gap has to be, reduced, because there's that, I know corruption is a hell of a thing to, but why? I don't know, with these things, I don't know. Yeah, but, okay, cool. Alright, so this is the last thing I want to talk about tonight and see. And this thing. I know the stream kind of stop tonight because we are watching race and then sitting there and we are talking about all sorts of things. But big up to the people that were still there. Because a long time we're there from about 7:30, so that's 3 hours now. I know somebody comment from the last stream and said, teacher, we love the extra class, but then long, you can't chop them up. I know, I look into it. You see, what I probably not need to start with is putting timestamps in the description so you can see where the topics are that you want to and just move around the video. So, you know what I mean? Alright, so, enough time we come here and talk about some very heavy things, and, you know what I mean, we're depressed and we're stressed out, and, you understand, we feel dejected and things. So, tonight, I'm going to end it on a little lighter note, a little tighter note. Yo! Needle eye vagina soap in high demand. I could have why. Then why the ladies them feel like them need a needle eye vagina soap. You understand? The needle eye good, the needle eye good. Creator of the popular feminine product Needle Eye Soap said that the demand for the product remains strong, despite it being on the market for more than 6 years. As long as about ya? The soap is used by a woman, I would have hoped it's them alone using it, who are convinced that it can tighten and tone the vagina. Its creator, Yanni Barrett, said that it is far more versatile as it also helps with menstrual cramps, controlling yeast infection, eliminating odor, and balancing the skin's natural pH. Or it's a magic soap. So nobody call it the needle eye vagina soap, call it the magic soap. After launching in 2015, Barrett says the product, which retails for $550, quickly became their top seller and has not slowed down since. It just became a big hit. And it's still a big hit. Our number one top selling soap is the Needle Eye Soap, she said. It was crazy, and it is still crazy. The numbers keep climbing because, like I said, it is something you use every day. The demand was great then, and it is even greater now, Barrett said. Barrett said she was driven to create the soap after she identified a need in the feminine product market. I didn't know that there was a need. You understand? I am all about the feminine power and the feminine energy and the cries of women who complain about after giving birth and things like that. But how the vagina work, biologically speaking, after giving birth, the vagina go back to even pre-birth tightness, then me not understand that. So then what kind of baby them a lady I give birth to? Then me not know. Like I said, I mean, I don't know about that. Like I said, that's strange. Because I know from doing biology, you understand? And having two children, you understand? Well, my second child was cesarean birth still. So, but what me I say enough, but that's serious. Biology tells you that after a woman gives birth, the vagina is so amazing that it can go back to pre-pregnancy closeness. You understand? This is a very powerful muscle, like. You see, the muscle is the greatest muscle ever make, like. You understand? Yeah. So but you say woman complains after they give birth, then I really know them words. I'm not sure about that something still. But make we go on. I mean, make we see what I go on in that dance. Because that's not me write the story. Which are we there? Right. After giving birth and things like that. I don't think she's very well informed in other parts. But make we continue. Some of them complain that, it is not the same anymore. Women will is a mind thing, man. Women will complain to me about menstrual cramps and stuff like that. And stuff like different things. So the soap make your mental cycle. I don't know. But hold on, Finar, the Yannick Barrett, Bomba, that not even the ring a bell. A curvy diva Yannick Barrett and make a soap. Me see the Yannick Barrett there don't want to just ring a bell. So me never know that the same Yannick Barrett there. You sure? Teacher, some more needle out there, you know. And them needle you do extra work, like your extra class. Nice. Alright, so we continue. So, women will complain to me about menstrual cramps and stuff like different things, said Barrett, who is CEO of Ravishing Botanics, manufacturer of the soap. It was then that she decided to create a product that could provide the satisfaction that women were so desperately desired. You can use it for wash your face. Yeah, tighten your face. You need a face tightener. Then I don't know about this soap, yeah. Yeah, this soap, yeah. I don't know what soap this soap is. Cause then if it's a needle like vagina soap, then I could have wash your face with it. I'm not sure about that something. But alright, make it go on. Make we hear what go on. You understand? You can use it to wash your face. You can use it to get rid of bumps. You get rid of razor bumps. All kind of different things. Are these things clinically proven? Like, I don't know. But because it does such a wonderful job at keeping the yoni nice, the Y-O-N-I, may I tell you what I say, of keeping the yoni nice and tight and right, the name Needle Eye just fall in place, she said. Barrett said that some of the key ingredients in the soap are the calendula plant, lavender, and some other plants from her garden of Eden. I don't know. It is all natural, 100% organic products that create this formula that makes the Needle Eye soap, she said. Meanwhile, so we about the Needle Eye mouthwash. Yo, the easier, Jaja. Alright, watch out. Meanwhile, Barrett has advised, alright, I mean, I said, Finar, you say, at the same curvy diva, I'm not sure, because I never said that, but the person named Yannick Barrett for Tuesday, but I don't know if I the same Yannick Barrett. It's good marketing still, but I'm not sure. Watch out. It is all natural, as I say, 100% organic products that creates this formula. I'm going to say, that makes a Needle Eye soap. Meanwhile, Barrett has advised against the practice of inserting the soap into the vagina as a means of getting maximum tightness. Yeah, you use a soap just how you would use a regular soap. For me, I just soap up my hand and wash down there. Then you rinse it off. You don't need to insert the soap at all. Not at all. You just wash the outside of your thing and you're good, she said. Well, it's the vulva. You understand, Auntie? While there appears to be much craze about the soap, two of the island's top gynecologists, Michael Abrams and Garth McDonald, say they do not know enough about the product to offer a comment on its safety or effectiveness. I have no comment because I don't know anything about it. Me neither. That does not mean it is good or it is bad, Abrams says. So I just say, yeah, the name sounds a Shannon, but I don't know. So ladies, as I say, this is me share information, and you know, sometimes we come here and we share some heavy information and some sad information. But just I make you know say you have a Needle Eye vagina soap about the place, like. You understand? Me nah, so I don't need it, I don't need to look for it. Me just say, did it. You understand? We are share information. So, yes. Yo, I don't know, Rasta. I don't know. But a lot of these claims, I don't know if they are clinically proven. You understand what I say? So, I suppose it's all marketing and stuff. And you see me, I say? Yes, just in case. Jaja. Lisa not depend that. That is Yanni's government name. Yeah, I said me know Shannon. Me say me know that is her name, but I don't know that it is that Yannick Barrett. You understand? So me don't know. I'm sure there are other Yannick Barretts in this world, man. Me not think I want Shannon lay me in a error. You understand? So, Black Mamba, sir, me I want you allow me out. You understand? Me I want you allow me. This person greater. They me tell us it's good marketing. You see, but I don't know about the clinical side of it and things. So Michael Abrams and Garrett McDonald, I said them not really know nothing about soap still and things. Me don't know nobody who ever uses soap, so me can't tell you either. Yeah, as I never did know someone soap exists like that either. And there since 2015. You see, and things. So yeah, but peeps. I just we are gonna live it, you know. You have to take kin teeth cover heartburn sometimes. We can't come here every night and we're sad. Sometimes we just have to laugh. You understand me? I said breastfeeding, these are total foolishness, unscented. So keep you away from yeast infection and nothing can tighten the pum pum. Like you using the muscles God give you. You can't whether exercise when you ladies Kegel or something like that. I don't believe in using any yoni wash. Tininess of the vagina is very delicate. And anything can throw off your pH balance. And thing. Boy, the info tight rasta. You wanna love your foolish, you know? Man can't know unless they give it to their ladies. But they say look out for the mouthwash and toothpaste. And things. So I hope that the people who are using these soaps are getting advice from their gynecologists. As I don't know if these soaps were clinically tested and brought through the Bureau of Standard situation and then something there and things. So yeah. But now be careful. Cause you understand, it's a very Kegel exercise. It's a very delicate thing, you understand? It's strong, you know, but it's very delicate. I have a colleague one time say, you can't mash up, you come like you make out a foot bottom material. Like, so she says, so she must know. And then I tell her, say that, she say, you understand? Say, yeah, matter how much you beat, you can't get tired like. Anyways. Peeps, big up on yourself. You understand? Foot bottom material. Yo, Jaja. I appreciate the support. It was a good vibe, good thing when I talk about all of murder tonight. You know the buggery case out of St. Mary kind of throw you out and then sitting there. And the lady whose body was found under the logs and thing and kind of throw you. But you know, it was a vibe. But sometimes we have to leg off our negativity and the murder business and just all the vibes and all the reason. As I said, I know I own a call-in stream. One of the things is that I remember the last time I tried bringing Scotty from her home, so we were having some feedback. The Roadcaster Pro, which I use to take phone calls, a second version has been released. I intend to acquire it, but I don't do that yet. So I don't know. Probably we make it wait until then. But if Scotty are coming to the studio, we can take and if the numbers them still work, true we not use them. Digital and flow sell them. We soon can't get none. Can then go that's how we buy too much cheap. You know it's scamming thing, I can't say. And thing. Peeps, big up on yourself. You understand? We not cost no mug them brought no coffee in that shit. So we have to take in teeth cover heartburn sometimes. Zane, we appreciate the support. I had to excuse myself a few times. Thanks for the patience. You know, we divert because we are talking about track and field and thing sometimes and them something. So, you know, some people don't like that. Some people just like a structured thing, like it's a TVJ news, primetime news report. That is not how the streams go. You understand? People are comment already so we unprofessional. Like, me not understand. Me not read the news. Me I talk to my people them. You understand what I say? And it's normally people who come in for the first time, come get trouble, and they don't even know how the thing. They don't watch first and see how the thing, you know. You understand? And see if it work for them or not. It not go work for everybody. You understand? It not go work for everybody. That's so it thing go. Zane, but we appreciate it. You see, peeps, big up on yourself. Have a wonderful and productive week. Be safe. You understand? Make some money. This year we have to make some money. Tired of the heartache, tired of the worry. You understand me? I say, be the reason why somebody smile this week. You understand? It can be a simple thing. A pat on the back, a hug, a word of encouragement. You understand? A lunch money, one shoes where in your closet where you're dry rotten. Where I got dry rotten. Because you can't give people things are dry rotten. So they don't really go like that. You understand? The ladies have a frock. The ladies have some dress on and now go wear again and thing. You understand? Because you know get slim and trim and you know what I mean? You know I got gym and you understand and thing. Something. Enough of we have food in our fridge where we don't bother eat again and we got throw it. They have some people out there who don't appreciate it. We have some things in our cupboard them where some thing where old for start grow ginger on it like and before you reach the ginger side, you understand? Some little things. You know if it be no big thing. But, you know what I mean? Some little things make some big difference. Sometimes the smallest things make the greatest difference. You see me I say? Yeah, man. So, peeps, art of love. Yeah, man. So, Rosie, me hate that already, you know. Frock. And when people say them I got press. Like, me hate that. But you got press and you got wear your frock. That's why I say frock, me bust out a laugh. You understand? See, we take you now, Shannon, so we take you now. So Shannon, the things that we did happen, they did slimmer. Then you shook them out, man, and make one of them slimmer say, you know what I mean, we're a thing on one part. You understand? We have all of boys' homes and girls' home where, you know what I mean, Shannon, so rock go. You see me? So, them little things there. You see it? So, I just say thing go. Peace. Appreciate the support. Big up on yourself. Tuesday, 7:30, make it a date and don't be late. Don't look feet. Get book feed. ESCO interview. Powerful reasoning. You understand? Some things I got surprised, you know. I started again artist spotlight. I interviewed an artist the other day. Brilliant artist. Like I don't know them man in the bus it. Me telling the bus breeze a blow upon him. You understand? That artist spotlight there. Soon forward one of them time and thing. And you know, we have to do work and thing. So we're there, peeps. Big up on yourself. Be good, be safe, enjoy your week, and we appreciate the continued support. I want to make that something possibly, and I always tell the man them I road and buck up on them, and I say, nah man, I want to make a thing possible, man. I appreciate the thing. You see me, we can do a million videos if you know, if you don't want to watch it, then it don't make no sense. You see me? Pips! Art of love. Walk good. Step with ya. Save trouble upon the gravel. I'm out.
Of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.